night descends with shadows deep. In blood heaven, no souls asleep. The blood moon rises in crimson light, casting its light upon the night. Winds howl through the hollow trees, a whispering chant carried on the breeze. Under the blood moon, in Bloodhaven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song. In Bloodhaven streets the night belongs. Lanterns flicker, casting ghastly forms. In the cemetery something stirs and storms. The graves crack open, their secrets revealed. In Bloodhaven no fate is sealed. A chill creeps in through stone and bone, as spirits of the lost make their presence known. Under the blood moon, in Bloodhaven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song. In Bloodhaven streets the night belongs. Through cobble streets, footsteps fade, ghostly hands reach from the grave. No mercy here in the blood moon's glow. Bloodhaven's light is all you'll know. Under the blood moon, in Bloodhaven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song. In Bloodhaven streets the night belongs. Beneath the blood moon's gaze the shadows sway. In Bloodhaven's light the night will stay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another InterSleuths live stream. It feels like it's been a while since I've done a live stream, but it really hasn't. I mean, I'm so used to putting out live streams every single day that when I put up a video, like yesterday's was a live premiere, that those are going to be some curated RP videos that I'm going to be putting out. That last one was a premiere, wasn't actually live, so it feels weird to me to not actually put out a live every single day. But it's great to see you all here today. We got a lot to talk about in terms of the state of the game when it comes to Pax Day. It's kind of funny, I'm here making potions. The same thing I did really early on. We've come full circle here in Pax Day, right back to our roots of grinding and crafting. But I hope everyone's having a great day today. I hope you guys have all brought your thinking caps, because I have some questions for you guys. I want to know your opinions. This is going to be an extremely interactive. It's basically a chillin' chatting and theory crafting. It's more of a podcast. I'm just going to be doing mindless stuff in the background. So just ignore whatever it is that I'm doing in the background over there and really focus in on what the state of the game is for Pax Day. No matter which way this stream goes, I'm going to get hate left, right, and center from someone. If people will call me a fanboy in one breath, and then on the other breath they'll call me, a doomsayer. So it's kind of funny, but it's gonna happen no matter what. I will always tell you guys the truth. I will never bullshit you. I will never beat around the bush. I will always tell you exactly what my thoughts are, and I will always be honest and fair with you guys. But I hope you guys are having a great day today. We got a bunch of people in chat. We got Samoma, Tronox, we got Chef, John, Salty Veteran, Beta Guy. It's great to see you guys all. Honestly, I really do love doing these live streams and interacting with you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, before we get started, fans say you're Doom Boy. Exactly. That's my title now. Quote. Before we get started, I want to let you guys know about our subscriber goal. We are working our way towards 1,000 subscribers. We are well on our way there. We flew past 700, well on our way to 800, and we are working our way up to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a 24-hour subathon, where several hours we put on the clock, and that clock can be extended farther and farther into the future, closer and closer to that juicy 24-hour mark. We will see if we can make it there. But once we reach the subscriber goal, I'll be announcing when we're going to be doing the actual subathon. I don't expect... Ooh, we got a visitor. Huntsman, how's it going, brother? I don't expect everyone to stay for the entire thing. I don't know if I can make it 24 hours, but we'll see. I'm going to do my best, and it's going to be a lot of fun to try no matter what. The clock can be extended, so several hours we put on the clock, and they can be extended by doing things like interacting with Tangia, which you can see in the bottom left corner, and doing gifting memberships and things like that. Things to support the channel will show me that you guys are serious about trying to get me to that 24-hour mark. I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if you guys can make it, but we will see just how close we can get. That is our subscriber goal, which you can see up in the top left corner. That number lags behind a little bit. It fluctuates. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it's up there for you to see nevertheless. Noonie, great to see you. I don't know if you want this announced, but I'm going to do it anyways because you have been an awesome person to have around in the community. You have just been an absolute pleasure out there helping us do things, taking a prominent role in the community, in-game. So happy birthday to you, Noonie. I hope you're having a great day. I hope your new computer is treating you well. If you need anything, you just let me know. But happy birthday to Noonie. Big shout out. And a big shout out to all of my channel members as well. Our channel member list keeps growing day by day, and these people are directly supporting the channel. It really warms my heart to know that you guys like my content enough to want to support the channel directly. So huge shout out to all of my channel members. Big shout out to Noonie. Happy birthday, Noonie. Hope you're having a great day today. Tony Bell, great to see you in chat. Chef says, hey, all, be sure to click that like button. It helps the channel and prompts Void to continue to make this incredible free content. Thanks, Chef. I really appreciate that. Chef always gives me a shout out. Chef, it's always great to have you in chat. Really appreciate it, brother. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's not all going to be good stuff. It's not all going to be bad stuff. It's just the truth sometimes can hurt, and the truth sometimes is indifferent, and sometimes the truth feels good. But the truth is the truth nevertheless. Nothing can really change that. And a lot of this stuff is my opinion. We may get into theory craft throughout this, so take that with a grain of salt. This is essentially a podcast, but I'm gonna have some stuff in the background for you guys to watch me chop down trees and mindlessly brew potions. But don't be shy in chat, please. I love getting your guys' messages. It doesn't matter to me if you support Pax Dei, if you like mainframe, if you don't like mainframe. I want to hear your opinions because I feel like these opinions are important. I feel like we need to make sure that mainframe and the Pax Dei devs know exactly where the community stands and where my community stands when it comes to the production of Pax Dei. We've taken the leap of faith in supporting their project really early on. So I feel like we are justified in giving them our opinion. I mean, what's the harm, right? It's not like we're forcing them to do anything. We're just letting them know what the people in the community would like to see and how we feel about the way that things have been run. We have a giveaway this month. For the entire month of September, we are giving away a copy of Pax Dei. So if someone is on the fence about getting Pax Dei, they're not too sure if it's going to be for them, they don't know too much about it yet, send them my way. I love interacting with people. That's one of the first things I did with Pax Dei was help teach people about the game and show them what the game had to offer. I don't really try to sell people on anything, whether it's World of Warcraft or Pax Dei or any other game really. I just show people my experience with it. I let it speak for itself, and then if it resonates with you, then more power to you. You have an informed decision on whether you want to jump in or not. But we're going to be giving away a copy of Pax Dei this month, so if you want a chance to win either another copy of Pax Dei, one for your friend, whatever it may be, tell your friends about it. If they want to win a free copy of it, everybody is welcome to enter. All you have to do to have a chance to win is be subscribed to the channel. You don't even have to give the videos thumbs up, but I would greatly appreciate it. But all you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment on every upload this month. So like this is a live stream. After this live stream ends, it'll become a video. And all you have to do is leave a comment on every upload. Every comment you leave, one per upload, will get you an entry. So you can leave a comment on this video, the video from yesterday, the one from the day before. I do about 1 upload a day, pretty much on average. So yeah, go back, retroactively leave a comment on everything. Let me know your thoughts on the content that we put out. Let me know your opinions on things. And that gets you an entry. At the end of the month, I'll be using one of my program that I have, and it'll pull a random subscriber and a random comment. So the more entries you have, the better chance you have at winning. We're going to be giving away, it's probably going to be a Steam copy. So if you already have a copy on Steam, you can use another Steam account, or maybe we can do the launcher or something. We'll figure something out, but we will be reaching out to the winner at the end of the month. Thank you for everyone who's been engaging with the content too, because it really shows YouTube that everyone is really liking the content that we're putting out here. So then it helps spread it to the larger audience. So I really appreciate everyone for tuning in and hearing my thoughts on things. And it's not just about my thoughts, honestly. I'm just some guy on the internet, right? I have my opinions, and everyone has an opinion. Everyone does. So you don't take what I say to heart. I'm just one guy. I don't have any inside information. I'm not a developer. I don't have ties with them or anything like that. Hell, they haven't even sponsored me. So I don't have any inside information. This is just my thoughts on what I see. And I feel like I'm a pretty good judge on what is fair and what is just and things like that. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, and there may or may not be some theory craft thrown in. Mainframe have gotten a lot of flack on certain things, and we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about the things that we like and the things that we don't like. I think I covered everything. Oh, I almost forgot. If you want to join our community, type !Discord in chat. You'll get a link over to our community, the Cheeky Buggers United Community Discord server. We still, to this day, have people joining up, even though Pax Dei is at a very big low right now. Let me pull up the numbers and see. The peak numbers were below 900, and it was kind of concerning. The numbers keep dropping, and it's understandable. The content is just not there. They keep falling off, falling short of delivering on some of these bigger content patches. We're going to talk about that because we have a content patch that's supposed to come out in the autumn. But yeah, the numbers are down to, there's 1,000 people playing right now, which is actually up from what it was in the past week. So we're in a tiny bit of an uptick, but that tends to be how it goes. It'll reach the low, and then on the weekend it'll peak up, and then during the week it'll drop back down. The lowest it's been down to is 906 now. 906 peak players across all regions, all realms. Those numbers are a far cry of what they were just a couple weeks ago. It's insane. But we're going to get into that. If you would like to join us in-game, because you want to have people to play with, and there's not that many people right now out there, there's a couple great clans out there still. But if you'd like people to play with and you want to join the Order of the Blood Brothers, please, we're on US East ANURP. Please go over to our website, !website, or www.cheekybugger.net. And you can submit your very own application to join the Order of the Blood Brothers. We're not going to arbitrarily stop taking applications. We still have people signing up right now. There's people who are just getting into the game for the first time, and we are trying our best to make it to help it be a good experience for those people, because they deserve to experience Pax Dei as we did as well. The thing that's keeping us going right now is honestly roleplay. I know there's people who like to go into dungeons and stuff, and dungeons are great. Dungeons are fun. I have a bunch of fun in dungeons, but the thing that's really keeping it going right now is the roleplay, and that's why we have a lot of roleplay videos that I'm working on getting made right now. That's why there's been a couple less live streams, because I've been spending my time editing, taking the content from the streams and from my recordings that I have that were off stream, and I'm putting them into curated videos. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and unpause Tangia now. If you guys would like to interact with Tangia, Tangia also directly supports the channel. You can type !Tangia in chat, and you can send all kinds of funny memes and stuff on screen. Anything that is queued up, we'll go ahead and play now. There we go. We got Dance Party from Samomo. Thanks for that, Saw. Raining in the stream with a dance party. So there's a couple things that I want to get into. Saw says, I love seeing new people and I like role-playing, but I think also at this point, I just want them to give us more. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are in that same boat. So, I mean, we're a clan of over 125 plus members now. We have like 200 plus, 300 plus community members that have joined specifically for Pax Dei. It's crazy the level of growth that it had, And I've seen this happen. I've been around for a while now, and I've seen gaming for a very long time. I've seen these types of things happen where you have these ebbs and flows, these peaks and valleys when it comes to gaming. Permissions, please, Sauce says. I'm right there with you. There's things that should have been fixed already, and I'm not going to go easy on Pax Day. I'm not going to go easy on Mainframe and say, oh, they were fixing bugs. They were fixing that. The game was too early, and they even said it themselves. In one of their last press releases, they said, was it too early? Maybe. I think the game was released too early. That's not to say that we shouldn't have got it, though. I like comparing it to... I really like to compare it to Star Citizen. Star Citizen's too early as well, but that's also a crowdfunded game. Like, you know, it gets a lot of flack. People say it's a scam, and people say this and that. I look at things objectively. But I think the game was released a little bit too early. It should have never been released without a permission system. They should have fixed. I understand bugs get found, like the Mez Fireball and the backdoor bugs, and certain bugs have been fixed. So good on you, Mainframe, for getting those fixed. But certain of them are so egregious, so abusive, so exploitative that they should have been fixed as soon as they were found. So I'm not just gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say, oh, it's okay, they're working on it, everything's fine. I'm not gonna shill for it. I cannot be bought. I cannot be coerced. I will always give you guys my honest opinion. If that stops me from getting a sponsorship in the future, then so be it. I will always tell you guys the truth. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for my clan. You know, people always ask me why I'm not a king. I'm not a king because I'm a leader of my people. I'm not a ruler of my people. I'm here to represent them, to make sure that their voices are heard, to make sure that their needs are taken care of. I live for my people, in-game, out of game, for my community. It's what I do. It's why I do what I do. I love putting a smile on your guys' face, and if I can do that through a live stream, then I'm going to do it through a live stream. But I'm also going to be the bearer of bad news sometimes. Pat says brisket for saying something nice. I could buy my own brisket. I don't need brisket treats. Mainframe can't buy me with brisket. That's funny, though. Agarris says I need to make brisket again soon. You need to make brisket all the time. There should never be a time when brisket is not being made. I love brisket so much. I actually had brisket for the first time in a while. Was it last night? No, I had it for breakfast yesterday, but I had it the night before I had brisket. I had some leftover that I had yesterday morning as well. Man, do I love brisket. But Mainframe has gotten some flack for some of the things that they've done, such as the Discord emote update, and now this most recent one talking about how cloth is made. Now, I know, Agarris, you love history. You love all things that have to do with medieval and researching the history of it and the lore and things like that. I'm right there with you, but I cannot help but feel like it's a little bit distasteful when people are waiting for such egregious things to be fixed in the game. I mean, there are exploits that are so egregious, I don't talk about them on stream. And people abuse them. I know they abuse them, especially when it comes to ones that are in dungeons. We have people running a dungeon right now. I would not be surprised if there's, even with a low player count, if there was someone in there using these exploits. And the economy is going to be dead on arrival if they don't wipe. But I don't think they're going to wipe because they told us that we're going to have ample notice before a wipe comes through. So I'm pretty sure they would have told us if the next patch was going to contain a wipe. Voodoo Actual, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. Hope you are having a great day today. Sauce says, I had lamb, chicken, rice, salad, and tres leches cake given to me today. I was fat and happy. Hey, as long as you're happy. I hope you enjoyed that. That sounds pretty good, actually. But with there being so many egregious bugs in the game that are exploitative, that are actually ruining the gameplay for other people, especially on an RP server, it doesn't sit right with me. I don't like the whole idea of alts to begin with, but we have people making alts in the PvP zone on an RP server specifically so they can spy on content creators or on people's discords, get the insider information, and then use that against them. Oh, they're going out to this zone. We have to keep a lot of stuff behind locked doors. That stuff, there's really nothing that Mainframe can do about it, but there's things in dungeons that there's something that can be done about it. They can make it to where you can't exploit the bosses. I mean, that is going to kill the economy before it even has a chance to thrive. It's going to be dead on arrival because everyone is going to have so many of these items that they should not have been able to acquire. So in my opinion, these things should have been fixed a long time ago. We got a Tangia.
Asked me, should we blow up Pax Dei for the Emperor if they don't release new content soon?
Oh my god.
By the Emperor, patience is a virtue. Sa Momo, though it may seem like the wait is eternal, destroying Pax Dei would serve no purpose. Instead, channel your frustration into something productive. The Imperium was not built in a day, and neither are great games and their content. Stay vigilant and trust in the Emperor's light.
That's a pretty good... I like that. That was pretty spot on, if you ask me, honestly. I'm not, you know, people are going to say, oh, you're just shitting on Pax Dei. That's not the case at all. I love Pax Dei. I want Pax Dei to succeed. I think this game has so much potential. That's gotten me in trouble before, though. My vision and my level of dedication to things can sometimes be higher than the ones who are creating it, and then they fall short of my vision of it. So I always have to dial back my own enthusiasm when it comes to games and what they could potentially do with it. But that's what our theory craft is for. We can talk about stuff knowing full well it'll never be implemented into the game, and we can still have a good conversation about it. Voodoo Actual says, doing crafting, doing great, leveling up crafting, great work. Gonna work on some alchemy as well. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm around 40, 41 for alchemy. I'm pushing like 41 for alchemy, even though you only need to really be like 32 in order to make the best potions in the game. Gary says, yeah, I was pleased to see them actually talk about history, but I was also very disappointed that they were doing that while ignoring much more important issues. Yeah, and that's my point, Agarius. I just feel like there are some things that need to be taken care of, and they talk about transparency when they're transparent on some regards, but then in others, it's like a closed-door policy. And it just doesn't sit right with me. I like to call things what they are. You know, if something is a purple flying balloon, I'm going to call it a purple flying balloon. I can get into more descriptors on it, but I'm not going to say it's a dog or something that's flying through the sky. You know, I like to call things what they are and be factual with things. So these bugs are egregious. And the lack of content, the lack of even transparency on what's going to be coming in the next content patch is somewhat frustrating to me. And I know it is for a lot of people. And these aren't just my opinions. I've heard this from countless people in my community and in my clan and in other places, honestly, where they feel like there needs to be some more transparency on what we're about to get. They keep talking about this fall update on hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Listen. I was in the military. I know all about hurry up and wait, and I don't need hurry up and wait in a video game from a developer. Either tell us what it is or don't tell us what it is, but telling me that in 3 weeks we'll have more of an update for you about the update that we were going to update you about today is just more hurry up and wait. And that, I like when things respect my time. And if I'm going to spend time to read an article that you're putting out, it's why when I Google something and they talk about, well, you know, if you look up how to do something with a program, you'll find an article and it'll have, when I was 13 years old, I started working on writing things about making stuff. It's like, that has nothing to do with anything. Just get to the point. Tell me what it is that you're trying to say. And their last post where they even remotely talked about the content, I was like, really? You're telling me that in 3 weeks you're going to have more information and these are the things you're working on? You already told us the things you're working on. We got that. We just want to know, what are you trying to get into this patch? I think that some people have a different expectation of what transparency really is, honestly. And to me, transparency would be, hey, these are the things we're working on. We think that we might be able to get this, and this in. I understand that you're going to get some hate for that, but saying you're transparent and then not being transparent, you're going to get more hate for that. I mean, look at Star Citizen. They put stuff on the progress tracker. Sometimes things have to fall off the progress tracker because of blockers. People will throw hissy fits about it, but I would rather know what it is you're actively trying to get implemented. And knowing that maybe you failed on it a little bit, or some unexpected thing came up. Look how transparent they were with the servers really early on. They were extremely transparent on that. What the issue was, what they were trying to do to fix it, and letting us know all the things that they were doing. They actually tracked down the issue, told us all about the placement of object lag and things like that. They showed us spreadsheets and charts and all kinds of stuff. That was transparency. Telling me in 3 weeks we can talk more about what might be coming out, that's not transparency in my opinion. To me, that's just hurry up and wait. And it doesn't respect my time and it doesn't respect your time. And that's just one man's opinion, honestly. You can take it or leave it. I'm not trying to just be salty about it, but again, I'm going to call things as they are. Let's catch up on some more chat here. Salty Veteran says, if they wipe anytime soon, I'm afraid they will lose a large chunk of the small player base that they have. I think that's the opposite, Salty. I honestly think that if they did a wipe sometime soon, our whole clan wants a wipe. And here's a couple of the reasons why we want a wipe. We want a wipe because we know how to use the building systems better. We want to rebuild our city. We need a wipe to do that. There are thousands upon thousands of players who have stopped playing the game altogether. We can't get new players into our zone. Like, we have some placeholder plots, but our zone is like locked down from people who probably aren't going to play for a month and a half until we get the update, right? They're just gone. They're taking up space for people who, listen, none of this matters. We just need to test stuff, right? We just need to test stuff, build community, have fun with people, and enjoy life. That's all that really matters here. None of this is going to be kept. It doesn't matter if you get all the best stuff in the game right now, unless you're just trying to test it. It's just for testing purposes. So we're looking forward to a wipe. I've not really heard from anybody that a wipe would, I've heard from a couple people that a wipe would stop them from playing, but the vast majority of people are actually looking forward to a wipe in order to have it help perpetuate their gameplay. So me personally, I'm looking forward to a wipe. I think that if they don't wipe before they bring the economy, it's going to be detrimental because you have people who have exploited the absolute living hell out of farming items by cheating, and those are going to flood into the market. There's an artificial supply of items now, and the reason I'm so against exploiting is because you ruin all the data. If you exploit to acquire something, the process in which you are progressing is ruined. Everything downstream from when you acquired that item by cheating is now null and void. All that data cannot really be used anymore. So I'm looking forward to a wipe to get all those items out of rotation. And we're looking forward to a wipe so we can start fresh, knowing what we know now, go through the progression system. I don't think they're going to wipe until they change something ultimately with progression. Meaning, are they going to change the way we level up? Are they going to change the way we gain weapon skills? Are they going to fix some egregious bugs that are going to then naturally inhibit the way that we progress through the game? That's what I think that's when I think they're gonna do a wipe. I think they would have told us by now if they were gonna wipe for the economy. It's a shame because you literally cannot use the economy as soon as it comes out if they don't do a wipe. People are gonna have so many items that should not be in rotation. So there's gonna be mass inflation, and it's just not gonna end well for the economy. The only way you're gonna be able to get anything fair is going to be by going and actually trading with product for product. And that's just my opinion, but I think that makes sense logically if you think about it. The gold economy is going to be so far inflated due to the exploits that it's going to be dead on arrival. You're still going to need to rely on bartering, essentially. But that's my thoughts on that. Voodoo Actual says, I doubt they'll wipe with the new update. Yeah, I don't think they're going to wipe with this update either. I think realistically, when they're going to wipe is going to be before the next update. So if they, let's say the autumn update comes out, and then they're saying that they want to try and do an update for the turn of the year, so around January. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think it's more likely going to be a Q1 update. But that's a long time. That's a long time to have the economy be broken, in my opinion. But yeah, I do think that we'll get a wipe before the next update, not before this very next update, like before the one after it. I think we will probably, at the very earliest, get a wipe. Agarius says, it'd be a different thing if that little short was something they'd been doing from the start, rather than feeling like a distraction. Someone almost says, yo, a bot who didn't thrash everything. I'm a little behind on chat. I'm trying to catch up. There's a ton of chat flying through. I'm trying to read all your guys' chats. If I miss anything, I apologize. I will always get to super chats, and I do my best to read every channel member's message, but stuff flies through real fast. Richard, great to see you. Richard says, good afternoon. Great to see you, Richard. Hope you're having a great day today. Templar says, I just feel like when market comes, they're going to be like, here you go, markets. But like, well, it's been 4 months, so no one needs anything cool. Yeah, that's true, Templar, as well. But there are smaller clans and smaller groups who I think that they actually do still need some stuff that they can't acquire because maybe they refuse to exploit and cheat, so they're not going in and abusing the systems on their own. So there might be some market, but then it just means that those people who did cheat and abuse are capitalizing on those who didn't. The economy's dead in the water. They need a wipe in order for it to make sense, honestly. Someone says, are you cutting out or pausing sometimes? No, I should not be. Is the stream messed up? Is my voice? Or the stream? I should not be cutting out at all. I show 0 dropped frames. Everything should be pretty good, I think. Let me pull up the stream health and have a look. It says excellent condition. I'm not showing any red signs at all on stream. If I'm having any stream issues, please let me know. Oh, that was a cutout. It's not huge, but every now and then it cuts out a bit. Is it just you, Saw, or is it happening to other people? Please let me know. Richard says distractions from the objective. Yeah, sometimes it can feel like that, Richard. Tronox says transparent as a brick wall at the moment. Yes, some people might say that, honestly. I'd vote for a wipe, Tronox says, but a skill wipe would be rough. I'm for all of it, honestly. I think they just wipe it all. Wipe it all, let us start fresh, and it's going to get rid of all the inactive plots. If there's no content, I think it's honestly better to introduce a full wipe before we actually have more content added, because it's going to allow people like us who are still actually playing the game and wanting to test stuff to be able to get all of our plots and stuff situated. Because the only way that a lot of these people are going to come flooding back is if we get new content. So if they do a wipe when we get new content, it's not really rewarding us for having stuck it out. I think they should do a wipe before it to allow the dedicated people, the 1,000 people who are still actually playing the game, the 400 on average, not during peak times. It should allow us to have the ability to get all of our plots and stuff situated before the rest of the riffraff come back in. In my opinion, I think that'd be fair because we're the ones who are still sticking it out. Yema says, I was told in-game no wipe till June 2025. Not sure if that's real. That's the thing, Yema. People say a lot of stuff. I'm very adamant about not saying anything for sure unless I know it's for sure. And the only way I know for sure is if it comes from the developers. A lot of people say, oh, this is coming for sure on this date and this stuff's doing this and this. They don't know any of that stuff, really. There's no... If they're going to say it's insider information, show me the receipts. Like, you're going to have to show some form of proof. If that was true, the devs would probably tell us, So that's why I don't really believe word of mouth when it comes to things like that. Someone almost says, I want a wipe. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on some chat here. Richard says they would almost need a wipe once they move to 5.4. I know there's like a lot of changes coming with Unreal Engine 5.4, such as the nano mapping and stuff for the world. Bean says Pickle wants a wipe too. Oh yeah, Bean is Pickle. Pickle says he wants a wipe as well. I know like just about everybody I've talked to wants a wipe. I'd say the vast majority of people actually want a wipe. Some almost says I'm high level in a lot of things and have cool ideas and still want a wipe. Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of people who have like maxed out everything and we need a fresh start. And if it comes with content, great. If not, let us get established in the world so we can properly keep building the community around Pax Day. Honestly, that's my main goal, is to build community around Pax Day, if I'm being honest. And it's not even just around Pax Day, it's just building community in general, but I like building community around Pax Day because I have a lot of faith in Pax Day. I think the devs can pull this off, but nevertheless, I'm still going to voice our opinions on these things. EOTB says a complete wipe, character, homes, everything, a relaunch to EA, in my opinion. I would not be opposed to that, to be honest with you. Richard says all game devs to that cause that when they take a vacation. Are you saying that all game devs do that because that's what when they take a vacation? I gotcha. You're saying the wipe, like they'll do a wipe when they need to go on vacation. Is that what you're saying? Maven says, I think you're right. Pat says, seems fine here. Audio sounds fine. Oh, you guys are doing the check there. Yeah, I'm really behind. I'm trying to catch up on chat. That's why I'm standing still in game right now. I'm trying to scroll through the chat and make sure I've read everybody's messages here. I haven't heard it. Haven't had it in a while, so now it should be all good, hopefully. UTP says, you're fine on my end. Sounds fine, says Rook. Rook, great to see you. EOTB, great to see you. Maven, great to see you. Thank you all for tuning in. Keva says, I have 3 accounts, not fond of the idea of a wipe, but understand it. So, Keva, what is your main retractor for not wanting a wipe? Because it's very few people that I talk to who don't want to wipe, and I'm curious as to why you would not want to wipe. I'm not attacking you for that by any means. I like to have open conversation here, so I want to know exactly what your thoughts are. Use this platform. Let's let Mainframe know what are the pros and cons of a wipe. So let me know exactly why you think that a wipe would be bad in your opinion. Agaris, and you know, like my opinion is not just my personal opinion. Do I want to lose all my skills? No. Do I want to have to regrind millions of things? Not really. But I think it's for the game, in order for the game to go forward in a healthy way. I think that a lot of the data, they need to fix the bugs, and that definitely do not do a wipe until they fix the egregious exploits and bugs. But after they fix those, I think they need to do a wipe in order to reset what's going to be the economy and reset people's player skills so that way they can fully test just how difficult things really are. You got to keep in mind, people are going into dungeons and exploiting, and they're able to like solo these dungeons. They should not be able to do that. Mainframe has come out and said that the things that are being used are exploits. Well, then why haven't you fixed them? You're allowing people to exploit the system in order to gain unfair advantage over others who are not willing to cheat. That's my problem. So Kevin, let me know what you think about the wipe, why you would not want it. Agaris says, my group built an incredible settlement. I'd be fine with a wipe because honestly, we could do even better. And that's the thing too. We have like a hamlet here for Bloodhaven. I love Bloodhaven. I think it's really cool. We have iconic things all over the place. We have Wickhaven who came and built us a sundial bridge. Shifley built us a sundial bridge. It's absolutely beautiful. We can rebuild and we can rebuild better. I didn't even know about the building system really that much because in alpha, when I was building in alpha, I didn't really do that much building. I put up some walls and foundations and I called it a day because I was really trying to get into the nitty-gritty of what was in the game. So now that we know how to use the building systems, we're gonna be able to build things and build them more respectfully to other people, right? We know that when you use a lot of build pieces, it absolutely tanks performance. I mean, Dolavan is the cursed lands for a reason. Very beautiful builds there. And it definitely does lag people out, though. I mean, there's a lot of people in our clan who literally can't even go there because their computers meet the minimum specs or even the appropriate specs for the game, and they're just not able to go there. So we're all about building respectfully, only using pieces that you need to in order to accomplish what it is you have in mind. But I think a wipe would definitely help in that regard because people know how to use the systems better now. Oh, game devs usually take vacation during the turn of the year, Richard says. Karen says, but my tavern. That's the thing, Karen. You know how to build now a little better, so you can build it even better. EOTB says, glad to be here. Maven says, glad to see you too. All right, here is Keva. He says, I'm solo and farming my entire build alone takes hella time. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Here's the thing about that, though. They've come out and said, sure, you can do the game solo, and they're even working on implementing more soloable stuff like content into the game. At the end of the day, it is a social game, though. I think that you should, for certain things, have to trade in order to progress to some degree. Who's to say that you can't come and trade with us in order to get more materials that you need in order to make your life easier, right? It being a social MMO, we don't have NPCs, we don't have traditional quests and stuff. We have a bounty board over on our Discord that allows you to put in a request for something or offer your services. People can reply to it. It's just a bounty board. It's basically a forum that people can see what you're offering or what you're looking for, and they can pick up that quest. We have the Black Bloods, which is a group within our military. They're mercenaries. They can be hired by other morally good alignment clans or individuals, and we will go out, take you through dungeons, whatever it is you're trying to acquire. We will go and get those things for you and trade them with you. So there are ways to make that a little bit easier on you. But I completely understand, being a solo player, how hard things can be out there. Agaris says, Karen, we can make you an identical, if not better one, I promise. Absolutely, yeah. That's the beauty of this game, is you can always build it more beautiful the next time. And use less pieces, you know? Maybe you realize, wait, I didn't actually need 7,000 pieces for that door. I can do it with 10. We saw some doors that had literally 2,000 build pieces in a door alone. That's a lot of polys. That's insane. Keva says, just the thought of redoing the farming and carrying it back to the top of the mountain again makes me sweat a little bit. I definitely feel with you on that. But here's the thing. It's going to get wiped at some point. Ooh, what was that? Who just ran in here? Oh, it was Sa. Sa gave me some skull caps. Thanks, Sa. It's going to get wiped at some point, right? Our entire purpose here is to test the systems of the game to make sure that we're finding all the bugs and reporting them and stuff. That's literally our purpose, is to beta test. I mean, they've even said that they're using this as their beta test. So for all intents and purposes, we are paying them to beta test their game, which I'm not opposed to. I mean, we all made the conscious decision to do that. They didn't force us against our will to give them money or anything like that, you know, so we willingly signed up for this. Okay, I don't have enough extract. Let me go put this back over here. It's all going to get wiped at some point. The only thing that basically needs to be taken into account is basically, sorry, I was grabbing those things out of the chest there. The only thing that really needs to be taken into account is what's broken, what needs to be fixed, what can we work on. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. And then we need to report on those things with the expectation that there will eventually be a wipe. But I know exactly what you're saying, Kiva. Karen says, okay, I guess, that'll be fine. Okay, yes, I agree. I'm just teasing. EOTB says, Khan, they MF won't be able to test the new systems like economy, etc. with a volume of net zero to use it. Timeline on mainframe's part, if they even have one at this point, starting to think they are talking or taking a page out of Dem's playbook, in my opinion, but not trying to bash. No, and that's the thing. All opinions are welcome here. As long as you're in good faith with the message that you're bringing, I have no problem with people criticizing, right? You can criticize me all you want. You can criticize my clan. You can criticize the game. You can criticize whatever. But your criticisms better have validity to them. And I feel like that has validity to it. I don't think you're just bashing them. Bashing would be you're just making stuff up simply because you don't like them and you want to see it fail. There definitely are people like that out there. Catch up on some more chat here. I love this, guys. Please keep the chat coming. That's what this is all about. This is an open forum for us to be able to engage respectfully and use valid points to get our points across here. Maven says, to be fair, we agreed to wipes, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't had wipes yet. It looks like the devs are doing a good job at trying to respect our progress, perhaps to a detriment a bit. I would agree, yes. I think they are worried about wiping, but here's the thing. No one's really playing the game right now anyways. The numbers are so far down, and I don't say that with malicious intent or anything. It's just a fact. Go look at the numbers. Look at the Steam chart. The numbers are so far down that I don't really see what they have to lose. What, are they going to lose the dedicated people who are still playing? I don't think so. I really don't think, maybe a couple, but I think they would gain more than they would lose, honestly. That's why they did a sale on the game, right? They're trying to get some new blood in here. And we have had new people sign up. So it's not like there's no one new to the game. That's why they did the sale, though. They're trying to push some new blood in so they can get some data on progression. Problem is, people have videos out there just showing you exactly how to exploit and cheat the game, which I think is terrible. I don't show that stuff on stream or on videos for a reason. Sure, it gets clicks. Sure, it's you know, pushes views and generates revenue. But it's like, have a little bit of integrity, right? Report those bugs. Don't support those bugs and try to get people to exploit them. That just blows my mind. Because now the new people who are coming on, they know exactly how to exploit the system. They don't need to do things fair, so all the data they're generating is bad data also. Let's catch up on some more chat. Low populated maps, and yet the servers are showing high and full. Yeah, and that's because it's going based on how many people have accounts that have characters in those servers and the plots. Symbolic says, I would not mind a wipe. Maybe it will make the game playable for me again. Yeah, some people can't even play the game because of the builds in a lot of areas. They really, really need to figure that out or limit. I think they just need to limit the pieces you can use in builds. I think a very good way of going about doing that would be limiting the number of intersections that you can have with a piece, with a building piece. So like, for instance, this railing is inside of this wooden beam, this frame, which is inside of this stone pillar. That's 3 things that are intersecting there. What should the limit be? Maybe 5, 10? I've seen some builds that have literally hundreds of pieces that are all intersecting with the same piece. and it's just a bit out of hand if you ask me. It's a little bit crazy. I think that they need to fix that because that is what's causing a lot of the lag in places. I mean, it is abysmal to see the performance in some places, and it's stopping people from playing the game who want to be able to test things, right? And I think that is the biggest problem. When people can't test things properly. Neo Spy, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by this stream. They say, I think considering the number of hours of entertainment I have had playing this compared to the money I've spent, I invested, a wipe would only bring more rewards. The wipe would strengthen community, in my opinion. I think so as well. It's going to give us a fresh start. Honestly, if people think that, if people aren't going to play because of a wipe, I'm not sure why they got into the early access, because they told us blatantly that there will be wipes. We don't know when they're going to be, but that there will be wipes. So if that's, you know, some people say once they wipe, I'm done, or once they bring PvP, I'm done. We know these things are coming, so why would you even waste your time in the first place? In my humble opinion. Maven says she agrees with Neo. Keva says, I did say I understand the wipe, just cringe at the thought of it going to happen. Well, let us help you out, Keva. I mean, come and play on our server with us. We're very friendly people. We help out just like everybody who comes through Bloodhaven. You know, lean into that sense of community. I know being in a big clan is not for everybody. I'm not saying everyone has to join, but we're very friendly. We have very reasonable trades with people. We like to just have fun. I mean, we're doing trading right now. We don't even have to. It's just to strike up RP. We have a big event coming up on the 21st. It's going to be the Festival of Realms. We're doing a big event over on US East Danu RP. A bunch of people are going to be there. I'm going to be streaming it live. We're going to have a lot of fun things like a scavenger hunt, a maze people can go through, some archery competitions. It's going to be just a community building event to have fun with everyone in the game, whether we have new content or not. So lean into it a little and come and hang out with us. I mean, we'd be more than happy to trade stuff with you and have fun in this world. See, the thing with me is I like living in worlds. I don't need to just produce in the world. It's like Star Citizen. I really want it to get to the point where I can just load up my ship, go live in space, and exist. I want to do the menial daily things. I want to just have communications on my ship with other ships. I want to have small missions I can go out on to make a little bit of coin here and there. I want to have some sense of danger. I want to live in the world, not just die in the world. And it's the same thing in Pax Dei. I don't need more dungeons to go into in order to feel like there's new content. I just need systems to be able to exist, right? That's my big thing. I want to just be able to exist in this world. And right now we're missing a permission system. We're missing a lot of social features. We're missing a lot of features that we need in order to help facilitate that RP better. We're managing. I don't want to make it sound like it's all terrible. We're managing, and we have our proof enough. Go look at the hundreds upon hundreds of hours of content that I have here on YouTube showing off just that. I mean, we have so much RP that it's crazy. I'm starting to curate them into videos now the best I can, but we just need a little bit more to get us over that hump to allow us to more easily engage with RP. EOTB says, Maven, I played through the new Nightingale. You played all the way through it, EOTB? Love to know your thoughts on the changes. I enjoyed it. I definitely want to check out Nightingale. I've heard great things about it. Keva says we need the ability to craft backpacks. I completely agree on that. I think that backpacks, so here's my opinion on that. We're going to be getting mounts at some point, right? We know that we're going to be getting mounts. Mainframe have talked about mounts. We've seen pictures of them. We just don't know when, because again, transparency, we don't know if they're even working on them. But even if it's a pack mule, a horse with satchels, I really liked the mod Bandolier for Skyrim, where you could get all kinds of little pouches and put stuff on them and hang them on your belt. I like things when they're real and physical. But I think that we will eventually have mounts that will be able to carry stuff for us. And I don't know about backpacks, though. But I would like to see that. Maven says, EOTB, please find me on Discord and I'd be happy to share. EOTB says, will do, thank you. Yeah, Maven was showing me a little bit of Nightingale with the rework. It just came out 3 days ago. I'm going to be checking that out, too. So if you guys want to see that. So another thing that we're doing here on the channel is during these next couple months, through all of autumn, through all of spooky season. Spooky season for me starts early and ends late because I love this season. It's one of my favorite times of year. The air starts to get cool and crisp. all the bugs die off and return back to where they belong, which is hell. It just really turns into a nice time of year, a little bit of chill. You get pumpkin spice if that's your thing, pumpkin pies and scary movies, snuggling up on the couch. It's my favorite time of year, honestly. We're doing a bunch of mini-series of scary games and other spooky-themed games throughout these next couple months. Make sure you guys stay tuned to our different playlists that we got going on for that. So let me know which games you'd want to see on the channel and other things you guys want to talk about and topics that you have ideas for the channel as well. But spooky games in particular is what I'm really looking for right now. I want to know what you guys would like to see. We did Killer Frequency, went over really, really good with the channel. I think everybody really enjoyed that playthrough. It was a lot of fun. Kiva says, just call me Kev. Okay, Kev, gotcha. Been gaming 3 decades. You can Google my username. Went to school for game design and programming. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's really awesome. Well, it's great to meet you. I'm really glad that you stopped by the stream. Rook says, plot deterioration would help to bring new people in my opinion. I really agree with that, Rook. And they have talked about something like that in the future. But here's the thing. It's kind of a touchy topic because we know that you're going to have to pay monthly for your plot, to have a subscription for your plot. And that makes sense. I've explained that before on the channel, how it makes sense to have a subscription for your plot because you're taking up real world machinery, processing power, bandwidth, electricity all the time. Your builds are always in the world, so it makes sense. And I think they're using this year of early access in order to really determine how much they need to charge in order to make profit and break even. Like they're trying to see what the actual cost of it is to run the servers. In my opinion, I think that's what they're doing. So we don't know how much they're going to be, but if they have some level of deterioration, it's going to be kind of interesting because if you're paying a monthly fee just to have your plot deteriorate anyways, do you actually own the land? What happens after your plot fully deteriorates? Does it then unclaim it and just refund your money? I'm not too sure how that would actually work. They're going to have to, and that's the thing with this game. A lot of the things that they are going to be implementing is a very fine line in the sand, honestly. It's such a fine line. If you go too far left, too far right, it's gonna be detrimental to the game. They need to get everything just right, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the plot system. I think it's exploitable and abusable by nature. I think that they can make it work if they fix it, but I do think that deterioration of plots would be an interesting thing. Joel, great to see you. Says a wipe would give me more reason to play more. Yeah, and I think a lot of people are in that same boat, honestly. EOTB says pro. I think Mainframe has corrected some of those bugs and cheats, to be fair. A 3070 fixed at this point. There's still a lot of egregious bugs that need to get fixed though before, because if they just do a wipe right now without fixing them, people are just going to go right back to exploiting and cheating, and the economy is still going to be broken when it comes out. NeoSpy, yes, I would assume they have not fixed these exploits because they want the market to be broken on release, therefore understand how to fix major issues. That's actually a really good point, Neo. You may honestly be onto something there. Maybe they intentionally want the market to just be flooded with a ton of stuff by the time they bring it in. But is that going to be a good idea though? Because people aren't going to use it if they have no need to. They have everything that they need. We will, because we're going to be using it just to test it out, obviously. And for RP purposes, we'll be going around buying stuff, selling stuff, even if we don't need to buy it or sell it. But you might be onto something there. Maybe they want to see how it's broken, so that way they can wipe it when it gets fixed. That's not bad. Kev says, I'm on Danu RP, Mary Wildlands. Through the years, I found I enjoy just being creative. Yeah, I definitely agree there, Kev. We're on USC Danu RP as well. We're over in Harry's. And we are in Tremond. We own pretty much all of Tremond at this point. I'm not opposed to working with others. I do have a clan. I do at some point want to grow, hence 3 accounts. Understood, yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. 100% there. But yeah, everyone's welcome in Bloodhaven, honestly. As long as you're good faith. I mean, we've had some trolls come through, but honestly, the vast majority of people that we've met in this game have just been really, really great people. Our community is built up with really, really great people. Said built a large home. Gary says, I suggest Bathhouse Attendant, Song of Horror, and Visage. Let me write these down. Bathhouse, let's see. Where'd they go? Bathhouse Attendant, Songs of Horror and Visage. I'll check those out. I'm also trying to find some multiplayer ones. I think that Project Winter could be pretty cool to play with everyone, because we can do the blackout mode, which is like a Halloween themed creepy. It's a social deduction game. It's a pretty cool game though, but you need a full party in order to be able to do it. But thank you for those ideas. I really appreciate that. Let's see some more chat here. Karen says, yes, definitely play Bathhouse. I'd love to hear you scream. And if you can get through it. That sounds like a challenge. I may have to check that out, Karen. I really appreciate the suggestion from you guys. Sa says, do you think you'll play some good old V Rising for Spooky Month? I really, really want to play V Rising again. The thing is, for me, V Rising doesn't really have too much of an end game besides PvP, and you need a big community in order to really fully enjoy that. If we have, let's put it this way, I hosted a V Rising server from day one, and I had it up at multiple different points throughout V Rising as they did updates and stuff, but it tends to be a peak and valley with V Rising. They'll release a bit of content, it'll spike, people will go through it all, and then it will taper off and there's like nobody playing the game. And then they'll release an expansion, boom, it spikes, then it tapers off to nothing again. And that's because they don't really have there's replayability in your playthroughs, for sure. But there's really no end game things to keep you playing. That's the problem that I've noticed with V Rising. I love that game though. It's definitely in my top 10, one of my favorite games of recent times. Really, really great game. I like how they did their plot system or their land control system. I like the way the clans and everything works. I like the control I have over the server. I like that there are private servers. It's a great game. If there's enough of a demand for V Rising and enough people want to play on a private server that will be dedicated to playing on that private server, I would definitely host one for everybody, and we would go in and we would have some fun on there. I think that could be some great fun playing through that. Neo says, many games from my experience are broken as intended. It's the community that needs to define what is right and wrong, in my opinion. I would kind of agree with that. I think you might be onto something there. Gary says, whoops, I meant Bathhouse Restored. It's called Bathhouse Restored. Bathhouse Restored. Maven says, I wonder if we'll see plot structures mold and change. I sure as hell hope so. So one of the things, and certain exploits I'm willing to warn people about, and one of them is the way that plots lock together. The plots lock together in such a way that you can lift up your plot, put certain plots around people, lift up other plots, and you can actually get it to expose people's builds within the plot. You need to be careful. You need to make sure that you have enough plots to secure your clan's area or your personal build in order to not have it be lifted up. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. I think the plot system ultimately needs to be changed. I would not mind seeing a complete rework on it. I think that once the game comes out, everything's going to be almost unrecognizable, in my opinion. I think that a lot of things are going to undergo very, very big changes. But that being said, be very careful with your plots. People have been able to exploit them in order to expose parts of your building and then destroy your builds. Let's get some more materials here. I got to keep the well going. I used all of my water. But I don't want to put out an announcement that I need water, because then I will get absolutely flooded, and every chest in this entire building will be overflowing with water. Let's grab some more stinkhorn here. I'm just trying to get all of these things crafted up that I just have sitting around in this downtime while we're just mainly chilling, chatting, and theory crafting about the game. Making sure that our voices are heard. Check my DMs, Saw says. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me check them. Oh, okay. Thanks for sending that to me. Appreciate that. Kev says $300 was good for me. Yeah, I mean, I went straight to the biggest package just because I had all intentions of covering this, and it looked like a really great project, and honestly, it still looks like a really great project. I'm enjoying Pax Dei, honestly I am, but I think that there are some grievances that we need to make sure that we're heard on. And I do think that they've dropped the ball with transparency and dropped the ball with the length between, and here's the thing too. The length between the content patches, if you look at Project Zomboid, they have like a year or two, like some very crazy long distance between their updates. but they're clear about it. They tell you exactly the things. They show you dev blog updates of exactly the things that they're working on that are going to come in the next update. It's not just, hey, here's a whole slew of stuff that we're working on, but we're not going to tell you what's going to come in the next update. They've only told us a couple things that are coming in the next update, whereas Project Zomboid, they tell you exactly what they are working on and that it will come in the next update. That's the difference. That's true transparency. They have a big distance between their updates. It's also a much smaller dev team as well, though. There's like 70 or 80 people working at mainframe now, so they have the manpower. EOTB says Enshrouded self-hosting servers and the mist timer and mobs bring a good level of I'm going to die. Nightingale, not so much for spooky, but a mix of Fae and 1700s. Yeah, I got the feel that it was more mystical and not as spooky per se. Obsidio, let me write that one down. O-B-S-I-D-E-O, Obsidio. So Phasmophobia is fun, but it gets old really, really fast. In my opinion, they kind of dropped the ball with Phasmophobia. It turned out to just be more of the same when it comes to the ghosts, and it's kind of like a speedrun game now at this point. It lost a lot of its spook factor. I think they could have done a lot more to make it more scary. Not to say that it's a bad game. I do like Phasmophobia. I actually picked up a clone of Phasmo that was on sale. It was called Ghost Exile. I'm going to be doing that on the channel. I was checking out Panic Core, which looks pretty cool. I did Killer Frequency. I want to do Project Winter. But Ghost Exile looks pretty interesting. It's like a Phasmo clone, but you actually have to exorcise the ghosts. There's an extra layer to it there. EOTB says, use the roads... Use the roadways, to safeguard your plots and color inside the lines. Yeah, and that's what people used to have to do on V-Rising. You used to have to make sure that you were building next to the road because people would try to wall you in. They would exploit where they would layer their castles. We had to have server rules against those types of things. I'm going to put these up here. We have so many potions, it's crazy. But now with the new way that they do their plot system, I really, really enjoy it, to be honest. It's more about claiming property lines than actually claiming a plot on the ground, like a plopped down chunk. And I think that that is a much better idea. It's a much better way of going about doing property claiming, in my opinion. But again, I think that's probably just a pipe dream. I don't think they're ever really going to change the way that the plots are in Pax Dei. Neo says, my guess is that there may be a free-to-play plot. They've talked about that, Neo. They've talked about it not really being a free-to-play plot, but there will be a free-to-play, not a free-to-play package. It'll be you buy the game and then you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. They did tease that a little bit, and I thought that that was going to be a really good idea for them to do, because what if you don't want to be a landowner and you just want to be a vagrant, or you just want to be a homeless person, or you just want to be a traveling merchant and you have clan members or party members who actually have plots? It's a touchy thing, but I think that that would be good for the game. They would have to they would have to respect the people who are actually paying for the game, though. You don't want people to be able to have burner accounts. I definitely do not like free-to-play games, because free-to-play games just literally breed toxicity, in my opinion. If you have no accountability, if you can just act a fool, get banned, make a new account for free, and have nothing really lost other than the time that you put into that, that just breeds toxicity. So I think at very least you should have to purchase a copy of the game and then not pay a subscription. But that is also going to lead them to want to do more microtransactions, which I do not like microtransactions when I'm paying a subscription. I adamantly am against microtransactions, especially pay to win. Pay to win is dead on arrival for me, in my opinion. Saw says, I will be honest, I just want any new content at this point, but I am hoping against hope for permissions so badly. Yeah, I really want permissions terribly as well. We need that in order for such a large clan. You really need to be able to manage it more efficiently, and not having permissions, again, that should have been there day one, in my opinion. EOTV says a solid cadence of info. Yes, that would be nice as well. I think, having regular updates. Listen, I'm not telling them they need to be transparent, but to say you're transparent and then to not be transparent. There was a sheriff in a town in New Mexico who got a bunch of hate he said he has an open door policy and he's there for everybody all the time, and just come into the office and come talk to the sheriff, and you know, we're very, very transparent this, transparent that. And then people go there, they were auditing them. They were like these auditor guys that went there to try and see if it was true. And the door to the building's locked. And in order to even get into the building, because it was shared with a courthouse to a degree, they couldn't even get into the building unless they went through all these hoops and gave up all their rights and stuff. And they were like, no recording and all. It was terrible. So if you're going to say you're transparent, just be transparent. If you don't want to be transparent, don't say that you are. I'm not gonna hate on you for not being transparent. They have no obligation to be transparent with us whatsoever. But when they say one thing and then do the other, that's where the problem arises, right? The roadmaps are decent, Kev says, just like us. They're growing and changing with new ideas as you create. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like, a lot of the stuff on the roadmap has been accomplished. So here's the roadmap. I'll pull that up. We can have a look at that together again. They've done a lot of the stuff on the roadmap. Let's look. Key remapping. That's in. We have clan tabards. That's in. We've got prop signs. They've extended the building set. Nah, I wouldn't say they've extended the building set. We don't have new furniture, recipe tracker, farm planter. So we have some of the things on there. Not too much, but we do have some of the things on that list. But there's everything that is on a roadmap. But again, what good is a roadmap if we don't even know what on this roadmap is supposed to come when? Are these things that are going to come after a year? Are some of these things not going to come till after early access ends? Are they going to come tomorrow? Like, having things on here is great to know what they want to get in the game, but we already know what they want to get in the game. They've told us all about their vision for the game before it even came out. So to have a roadmap with no quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, it's kind of interesting in my opinion. It's very strange. I just want to know, when can we expect Night's Roll? So they've told us what they're actively working on. Are all of those things that you're actively working on being implemented into the next patch? Even that would go so far to put people at ease. We would then know we're getting the Night Roll, we're getting the Soldier Roll, we're getting altars and miracles. We're getting the friends list, the gold economy, the market stalls, new spells, new armor tiers, weather. Like, just let us know. Hey, we're doing our best to get weather implemented. We can't make any promises now, but here's the progress that we've made so far. We've done X, Y, and Z, and we got all of these things implemented. This is holding us back. We're working on getting this resolved. Stay tuned for another update soon. Boom. Like, it would not be that hard to do that, you know? But that's my whole thing, is if you're saying you're transparent, just be transparent. But I will admit, they have gotten a lot of things implemented, and they've done a lot of shadow fixes and stuff behind the scenes as well, which I greatly appreciate. I don't want everything to just be in patch notes. I think that certain things, like they could say, hey, we're having new monsters being added in. You're going to have to explore to find them, but we've added 10 new monsters. You have to go out and find them. I think that mystery fuels people to want to go and play. Voodoo Actual says, what's the GeForce Now? So GeForce Now, I think, is like remote play. Whereas if your computer's not good enough, you can stream it from GeForce Now. I believe that's what it is it not, guys? I don't really use GeForce. I don't use game streaming services like that, but let me know if that's correct or not. Kev says, I safeguard my plots and buildings inside the non-buildable areas on top of the mountain. Yeah, that's a great idea, Kev. That's a really, really great idea. Maven says, Sa, I suspect we will be most pleased when the new update drops. So you think that it's going to be pretty substantial, Maven? I think it would almost have to be at this point because of the level... Well, first of all, the amount of time that's passed, and then the level of things that they've been talking about that they're working on. I just want to know what of those things they're working on we can expect. That's it. I don't think that that's too... I don't think that's too hard of a request, honestly. I just want to know if for sure the night system and the PvP is coming to the greater area, into the Wildlands in the next update. Is that something that Mainframe is trying to implement? I would really like to know even that alone by itself. I know it's not too fun just watching me do this stuff in the background, but it's mainly about the conversation here. This is almost a podcast. Voodoo says, I'm in there grinding regardless. I love the game. Yeah, absolutely, Voodoo. I think there's a lot of us who are right there with you. And we want to see it succeed, and that's why we're having these. This is a healthy conversation, honestly. Even the criticisms and stuff, those are healthy. Healthy criticisms are extremely important when you have a game like this being developed. I think that our criticisms of it will help it to become a better game in the future. Maven says, at the end of the day, I feel that they released a paid beta in an alpha state. Still love the game, but they have a lot of heavy lifting they need to do to catch up. Well, they did come out and say, so normally how game development goes is you have like your closed alphas, then you have your closed betas, then maybe you do an open beta, then you release an early access, and then you go to 1.0, and then you release content updates beyond then if you want to continue to support the game, and maybe you sell expansions or DLCs or something like that. They've said that this is a beta for them. This is a beta. So they had the alphas, and this is a beta. Most games on Steam, I feel, that are even remotely reputable, they're releasing into an actual early access state, which is a little bit after beta. They've already done their in-house tests and stuff, and it is to the point now where it can come out to early access. So they even said themselves, they probably released it a little bit too early. But it's kind of like, the way I see it is, Star Citizen, they release stuff before it should be released sometimes as well. That can be a good thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. And here's why. When you delay things too long and you push things off too long, it's a trickle-down effect. What you're really doing is you're slowing down the entire production. Sometimes it's better to get us some broken stuff into our hands, allow us to find out what is broken about it, and then allow us to report that so you now know going forward what needs to be fixed. Let's scroll up a little bit here. I missed a bunch of more chat. Oh, one more thing, Maven. So, I know that you wanted to see me play Ashes of Creation on the channel. I'm still on the fence about it, and here's why. Ashes of Creation is charging $120 to get into Wave 1, like, Alpha Access. That doesn't sit right with me, considering that does not even get you a copy of the game. That is literally just to have access to be able to go into their alpha. At the end of it, you have nothing to show for it. Hey, it's Arch. How's it going, Arch? Oh, yeah. If you have water, Arch, you can put it down here in these chests. You can just put it... Oh, never mind. He's peeing all over the ground. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you for the water. I appreciate it. But yeah, they're charging $120 just to get access, and at the end of it, you have nothing to show for it. You don't have, like, any a copy of the game, or anything. That's my problem with it. I would like to at least have a copy of the game for supporting it that early on. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know what you guys think about that. EOTB says, what about the chief of police that's fully remote in another state? Sorry, off topic. That's crazy. If there's a chief of police that's completely remote, that's wild. We got a bunch more chat here. I'm trying to catch up on it all. Kev says, GeForce Now is a server that uses 4090 or above and lets you play with those abilities on your PC. Yeah, it's like remote play. You basically, they stream it to your screen, essentially. It's like using the Steam Remote Play, where you can stream it to, like, your phone or your tablet or whatever it is that you want to play a game on. You can stream it from your desktop as long as you're connected to, like, the same network or however it works. Neo says, I think they need to talk more technical as well as being transparent like they were a month back. They used to talk about systems and other coding subsystem limitations. They need to continue those things. Yeah, I'm not going to argue against that at all. I definitely think that that would be good for the game. I think the more information we get, the better, honestly, because you're always going to have some people who are butthurt by something not making a deadline, right? That's inherently going to happen regardless. They're not going to make a deadline like it happens with Star Citizen. Someone's going to get butthurt and they're going to cry about it. At the end of the day, though, I think there's more benefit to being more transparent. EOTB says it's also an option. Settings, graphics for the game play as well for your hardware. Kev says correct. Maven goes on to say, Yeah, they have been quite quiet with regular updates. That I think they're doing heavy lifting behind the scenes. I hope so, but you'd think that they would tell us about that then, as opposed to putting out the updates telling us about how cloth was made back in the day. I think that very few people actually give a shit about how cloth was made back in the day. There are always some, and I find that stuff interesting. I'm not just going to shit on it, but like, I find that stuff interesting, but I think that there's much better things that they could portray over to us. Kev says, how many accounts do you have, EOTB? By the way, Kev, if you wanted a chance to win another account, we're doing a giveaway this month. All you have to do is comment on any of my uploads. Thank you for that, Tangia. I'm hydrating right now. We're at 980 out of 2,000 towards level 1 Tangia party. My voice was getting a little dry. Oh, much better. Thank you, Sa, for the reminder. But yeah, if anybody wants a chance to win a copy of the game, I am doing a giveaway this month. We're going to be giving away a copy of Pax Day. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment on any of my uploads during the entire month of September and be subscribed. And what's going to happen at the end of the month is I will use my program. It will pull a random subscriber and their comment, and you will get another copy of Pax Day. If you don't have one already, you can give it to a friend. You can have another alt account for more plots, whatever you want to do with it. You can get one entry per upload. So go leave a comment on all of the uploads this month. UTB says 2. Yo, she's smacking me. That cat is... He was pissed. He just started beating the crap out of me. Thanks for that, Tangia. I appreciate it. It was like perfect too, because I hadn't moved, so it was lined up with my character like perfect. Let's see here. Voodoo says, just wait until the festival void. You'll get to meet Confusion. Or Confucius. Maven says, right, more time to get input from folks. UTB says 2. 1 with 3 plots, 1 with 4, and only playing 4 alts and 1 main. And a single plot near Haven, a church for RP, north of the zone marker. Yeah, some people have a lot of different plots and stuff, and they play a lot of alts, and it's insane. Maven says, to be honest, I checked out some gameplay, and I do not feel I'll be playing Ashes of Creation. It's way too busy and too fast. I think, for my liking, since I've checked it out more, to me it looked like a pretty good game. I think it's probably going to be riddled with microtransactions, considering the way that they already have egregious marketing on it as it is. But the main issue for me is their monetization, honestly. Like, I think it's going to be filled with microtransactions. The combat and stuff looked like a mix between some type of high, low fantasy, medieval, World of Warcraft-ish style, where you actually have buttons and skills, which I love buttons and skills. I like being able to push buttons and skills, if I'm being honest. So I'm never going to say I want less abilities or something like that. I think there is a line, obviously, but as long as things are balanced, I think you can... Crude axe. Oh, that's for combat. I need a chopping axe. There we go. I'm gonna go chop some trees for a little bit. A little change of scenery. I'm not gonna fully empty my inventory. I'm not... Again, this is just content in the back while we have our chat. Let's see what else we got here in chat. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on all of them. This is honestly one of the best live streams yet, because the chat... And I love this, you know, if there's anyone else in chat who has not yet engaged, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite your head off. I want your opinions on things. I want Mainframe to hear your opinion on things. I want people to know exactly what the public want. What the hell was that? I don't even know what that Tangia was. Like I got zapped or something? What was that? Kev says, nice, nice. I did 4 plots so I could make a large clan compound. Lauren, how's it going? Welcome into the stream, Lauren. I hope you're having a great day today. She says, I use that because I play on a Mac Pro. Oh, you're talking about GeForce Now? Kev says, I use GeForce Now on games that are poorly written and have huge memory dumps and high FPS. That makes sense, actually. That honestly makes sense. Oh my gosh. My freaking head is getting sucked into oblivion. What the hell was that, Sa? Oh man, I love Tangia. Tangia is really good stuff. Kev says, InterSleuths, you're doing great at keeping us engaged. Hey, I appreciate that. That's what I'm all about, you know? I just like having fun with you guys. Very chill streams, very chill community. Make sure you guys join our Discord. If you want to, join our clan. Come hang out with us in-game. We play all kinds of stuff together. We're going to be doing a bunch of spooky games throughout this whole month. Well, the next couple months, actually. I love spooky season. But yeah, these are just chill, and I honestly, genuinely like to hear your guys' opinions on things. And I think I'm a pretty fair person with my opinion, if I'm being honest. I don't think I'm overly harsh. I don't just shit on something, but I definitely will call out bullshit when I see it. I'm a pretty fair person, I think. But I appreciate that, Kev. Thanks for that. Glad that I'm keeping everybody engaged. RP is where it's at, honestly. In terms of keeping people going forward, dungeons are fun, fighting stuff's fun, but the RP is really where it's at. We have some pretty cool RP coming out. Am I getting patted because I'm chopping trees? Oh my god, that's a long Tangia. Do I get the pats because I'm doing the chop chop? Ganja says, do you need an alt Steam account as well? Do you need an alt Steam account for what? I don't have any alts at all. This is literally my only character I've ever made other than playing during the alpha. EOTP says, at Kev, 35 plus year IT guy, former HPE system engineer. Voodoo Actual, love your streams, man. I really appreciate that, Voodoo. I'm glad that you guys are having a good time because I'm having a good time with you. Yas, hey Ya, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. It's great to see you again. Yas says, you should have a voice selection option in character creation so you could have your character talk in-game with a pre-made voice, not your own. That would be very interesting. That would also probably be a lot of AI-driven voice alteration stuff, and that would probably be pretty hard to do. That would be kind of cool, though. That would probably be some pretty advanced tech. But we do know that we're getting what's it called? Voice to talk? VoIP? VoIP, that's what it is. We're getting VoIP. Voice over IP in-game. We do know that we're getting that at some point. Which I'm looking forward to. Someone almost says Pat the streamer. Thanks, Saw. And you've inspired me to hydrate on my own once again. Voodoo says, show off the charcoal tower Noonie built. I can go over there and check that out. Are you on? I'll bring you some wood. Or are you guys out at that dungeon run? I know a bunch of people were out doing a couple different dungeon runs. Ganja says, to make an alt for more plots. I've never done alts. Oh, yeah, if you want to get more plots, you would need to have an alt. Yeah, 100%. You can only have 4 plots right now currently. I think in the future they will sell more plots. I think that's just a matter of time. It's probably going to be a commodity. I think other character slots and other services like transfers and stuff will be a way that they will monetize the game in the future. But yes, if you want to have other plots, you need to have alts because you can only have 4 currently. But if you win the giveaway and you already have an account, you can just make another Steam account, or we can get it for you on the launcher, or whatever you want to do. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter to me, really. Whoever wins it, it will belong to you, so however you want to have it is how you can get it. But yeah, in order to use those plots, you will need to have an alt account, that is for sure. Great to see you also, Ganj Claus. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you have been well. It's really awesome to see everybody tune into these streams to talk about the future of Pax Day. And to talk about our issues with Pax Day. It lets me know that people still care about the game. People still care about the content. It's hard to make content for it right now, to be honest, because there's not really much I can show you that you haven't already seen, other than RP. And that's why we really lean into the RP around here, and we have a lot of fun with it. So if you want to do some RP for yourself, make sure you come around to Bloodhaven and have some fun. We're on US East Danu RP in the province of Caries, and we are located in southern Tremen, down by the lakes, or the rivers, rather. Agari says, got to keep that hydration streak going. Absolutely. Every time I get splashed, I drink. Even if it's to the point where I need to take a break to go to the bathroom. Let's see here. So Kev says, the one huge pet peeve I have with the game so far is not hiding your body as you build. It should disappear or go opaque so you can see what you're doing. I think just having first person alone would be really good. That would kind of be exactly what you're talking about. You wouldn't have your character on screen. Your screen wouldn't be popping all around as it hits the walls and stuff. And even just moving around inside, in my opinion, it's better in first person. Or at least let our camera get much closer to our character. Like, I'm all the way zoomed in right now. Let me see if I can zoom in any further. This is as close as I can get in. It would be nice if I could get the camera right over my shoulder for moving around inside, or even go first person. And the thing is, there's really no advantage for going first person other than quality of life. It doesn't make like, you can't really, I mean, maybe you could stick your head through a wall or through a door or something, but they could make collision that would prevent that. But there's really no downside. Third person is the one that comes with the downsides, because then you can screen like corner peek and, you know, around corners and stuff like that. But yeah, I think they need to just let us go first person while we're building and while we're doing all kinds of stuff. That may be kind of hard though, because they're gonna have to do animations. I don't know. It might be more work than we think, but we'll see. Kev says, hell yeah, you have to be sweet. IT work can be a head scratcher. Oh yeah, that's for sure. Even just running my own home lab, my own server. I've been doing it since I was like 13 years old, but even just running that sometimes is... Gotta do a lot of research, you know? EOTB says, Void, I knew there was a good reason. As an army guy here, my chat is flying by so fast. And now just learning of your service in this stream. Thank you for your service. Oh, thank you for yours, man. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of people who are veterans who play this game and who are in our clan. It's actually really, really crazy. Voodoo Actual says, no, I'm not at my place. I can meet you there. Want some charcoal? Oh, no, I was just to show off the tower. If you were there, I was just going to give you all this wood to cook up if you wanted to. Ganja says, okay, thank you. Kev says, I did 21 years, 3 months, Army Infantry. I was in Desert Storm, Support Logistics, Iraq, 03. My chat went off screen again. Hold on, let me zoom up. Let me scroll up a little. 8809, service period. Kev says, my thumbnail profile pic is my wall of citations, etc. and equipment I wore. Hell yeah, dude. Agaris says, I'd kill for first person. Who would you kill? Who would you kill for first person? That's what I want to know. People always say that. It's so funny. He says, I'd kill for first person, especially if it means I get to wander a giant forest in it, or fortress in it, and really get a true sense of scale for the housing and environment. Yeah, I think that could be really, really cool for the game, honestly. And that's what I mean by I want to be able to live in the world and not just die and grind in it. You know what I mean? Being able to live in the world is the utmost importance to me. Being able to walk around, have the social structures set up, being able to RP, that stuff means a lot to me and my clan. Kev says, first person works for me. Anything I can see, just see what I'm doing. Jason, how's it going, Jason? Welcome into the stream. A first-person option would be great, if only for the immersive... Oh shit, I don't want to get smushed. I know you can, like, rarely die from these, but sometimes it'll hit you just right, and it'll bloop, you'll, like, go under the map and stuff, so be careful getting hit by trees. If only for immersion and for immersive perspective and personal opinion. Yeah, no, I agree 100%, Jason. I don't like, what's the downside of it, you know? There's no real exploit or downside to it. Maybe it takes a little more animation, because they have to animate people's hands or something like that. I don't know. And maybe that's why it could be just limited to build mode. You don't even need to see your hands or animations or anything like that if it's only a build mode, right? UTP says, I was Cold War before the East-West Germany wall came down. So shout out to all the service members here. Thank you, all brothers and sisters. Yeah, 100%. Huge shout out. I want to do... some charity streams in the future. After we get to our 1,000 subscriber goal and we do that 24-hour subathon, I want to do some charity streams. So stay tuned for those as well, guys. Kev says, tired of building a small wall behind myself to back up against a build. Yeah, I agree 100%. Kev also says cold vet also. Uh-oh, move. Don't get smushed. A salty veteran says, veterans? Where? Exactly. No, it's kind of crazy how many actually play this game. It's pretty cool. Bunch of active duty as well. Let me scroll down here. Rook says, yeah, I have a couple of vets in my clan as well. Isn't that crazy, Rook? They're literally just everywhere. The whole game's filled with them. Especially in my channel membership base as well. It's wild. I must just draw them in or something. I don't know. Must be something about me. It's something, you know what it is? It's just something in the water. Voodoo Actual says birds of a feather flock together. Oh, you'll cook up the charcoal? Oh yeah, dude. 13D here. Salty Veteran says, Kev, just cause was Panama December of 89? Agaris says void. The answer is yes. Oh, he put the evil face. So I asked him who would he kill in order to have first person, and he said yes. That means anybody. You gonna kill me, Agaris? Come on. You'd kill me to have first person. I don't believe you now. I think you're pulling my chain. I don't think you have it in you. I'm just messing with you, man. No, I'm right there with you guys, though. I think that we really need to have... Why does the tree always try to fall on me? Is this a conspiracy? Are all the trees working together? But I agree, we definitely need to have first person. Who knows if we'll actually get it, though. Oh, my inventory's full. Do I have a beehive? I got several. Get the fuck out of here, guys. Okay, let's get some more chat. Kev says, nice, salty. I was light infantry, 9th Regiment, 7th ID Mess, 10th Mountain, etc. Turned 55 was like 2 weeks. Or you turned 55 in 2 weeks. Oh, hell yeah, man. UTP says, she's Pragos in the water comments. Salty says, awesome, Kev. Gary says, well, would that get us first person? Well, let's put it this way. If I could give you first person, I would give it to you. If I could. That's all I can say. If I could, I would. Voodoo says 68 whiskey here. Currently a treatment platoon sergeant. Almost first sergeant. Hell yeah, Voodoo. Kev says ties are broken now. These trees are out to get me. You guys notice that? Every one tries to fall on my head. Neo says, metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally I wouldn't know what to do. Voodoo Actual says Echo 7 right now. And going through promotion board for Echo 8. Hell yeah, dude. Kev retired at E7. Would it be okay with you guys if we, and you're going to say yes, so it's a silly question, but if we were to get first person and it was only for building, how would that make you guys feel? Only for building first person. I'd be okay with it personally. I don't see a problem with it. Gary says, okay, so if you could, then you would, then we would avert the bloodshed. Thus, I suppose the answer to your question would be no. Gotcha. Everyone's answering my question. They're saying yes, yes. What's a poll we could do? What's a good poll we can do to get people engaged here in chat? I'm going to throw this first load of wood voodoo into my furnaces here. Shit, that one's full. Shame on me. Agara says 1000% behind it. Yeah, I'm there with you guys. I think that if we got first person in any capacity, it would be a benefit. I just don't see the downside to it, to be honest. What are some other contingent points that we can talk about that are of concern of everybody? while we still got the stream going, while we still got 40 plus people here in chat all listening to our ideas and thoughts. What are some other things that are a concern of yours that you think need to be brought up? I want to hear from you guys. I want to know your opinions. Don't be shy. If you're tuning in for the first time, we don't bite. We're very friendly people. You are more than welcome to share your opinions here on the production of Pax Day. Good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear it. I want to hear from the people in the community, because this gives Mainframe, maybe Mainframe's listening, you know, who knows? Maybe they're listening and we can give them some ideas of what we would really like to see brought in and how we'd like more transparency. Voodoo says, all good, I'm out for Chop Chop also. Oh, hell yeah, man. Always got to do the Chop Chop. I'd like to see charcoal needs reduced. I think it's a little bit egregious. I'd like to also see charcoal cook all at the same time, because that's a bit ridiculous. Like, why does it only do one stack at a time? And I don't want these to just be complaints, but I do think it's important to voice our opinions. Agari says 100,000%. Rook says, I think a short range building only fly cam wouldn't break the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I do think that the camera that we have right now is eventually going to go away. I think it's just a debugging camera. They've already removed it from the areas that are going to have PvP in them. But it's still exploitable. You can fly out into the PvP zones with the camera, like out into the wildlands. So I think that needs to be addressed. Let's see what some more chat is here. Neo says, I think they need to give us variance in weight and movement, i.e. encumbrance. Yeah, I think that could go a long way to add to the game. I've said really early on, I want to see variance in... Let me bring my microphone a little bit closer here so I don't have to talk as loud. My voice is getting dry. I would like to see variance in the different types of equipment that we have. I would like leather armor to give certain benefits to people that maybe increase your agility or your movement. Maybe once we have dodge, it'll make it easier for us to dodge or something like that. Who knows? Plate should be noisy. It should be heavy. You should have very limited mobility and maybe even... I mean, they can't really limit your visibility. That would be a bit much and nobody would want to wear a helmet then at that point. But I do think that you should have some hindrances for wearing heavy armor. Right now, it's like wear the heaviest stuff you can with the best spell that you're trying to put on it. Neo says, I want to be a ninja. Yeah, I think that could be really cool. I want to be able to dual wield. I want to be able to at least have the option to do things like that. You know, we have this classless system for a reason. It allows for us to have a high level of variety in how we want to engage in the game. We're not locked into a specific class, and I think that's wonderful. But if there's no variety to it and everyone's just putting on the heaviest stuff they can because it's quote-unquote the meta best, then no one's going to wear anything else, and we're all just same, you know? I think that that's a big problem for the game. No charcoal changes. That's my business. You have a charcoal business going on? I think it's just egregious, honestly. Like, you need so much charcoal to accomplish anything.
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort.
It's causing you physical discomfort, really? Come on now. What, chopping all the trees? What's it, the Lorax? Is it the Lorax? It's not the Snorlax. Is it the Lorax who protects the trees? But yeah, Neo, I definitely agree having some variance in weight and encumbrance and movement and things like that. I love things that add to my immersion in the world. Maven says how religion will work. I don't want to be pigeonholed into just picking from the 9 Redeemers in the official supporting capacity. Well, that's the thing, Maven. I mean, look, we've already started with making our own religion. If you guys would like, if anybody in chat doesn't know about it, we have our own religion that we're actually fleshing out, that we're working with several other people on, coming up with our own deities that have to do with more naturalistic, druid, I guess you could say pagan, but again, we're playing a video game here. None of this is real religion stuff anyways, but it's more druidic and nature driven. It goes away a little bit from the whole divine and stuff, but we're going to RP that regardless if mainframe and if the game Pax Day allows us to, we're going to do it anyways. So they might as well make it a little more open-ended. I play in an RP server for a reason. I don't want to be forced into having to build my backstory or my RP around what they're going to tell me I have to. So I think if they would just open that up a little bit, allow us to have a little more freedom to do what we want to do in the game, I think that that would be really, really great for the game, honestly. But yeah, Maven, I'm right there with you. I think that knowing a little more about the religion system, and I think we will know more about it before it actually comes out. I think they're going to talk to us. Hopefully in their next news update, we'll have some more information. I can't make any promises, though. Voodoo Actual says, I think we need a system where we can report unused plots, like if they've been vacant for a month or two. See, the thing is, they already know that. Voodoo, they know the plots that have been inactive. We don't need to tell them which ones are inactive. They can just see it for themselves in the databases. That's how they're able to do their wipes. So I think it lends itself well to what someone said earlier, which was, I'm going to reload my overlays here. It really lends itself to what some people said earlier, which is have a degradation system on the plots themselves. Just have them degrade, have them erode or something over time. That way, hey, if you want to keep your plot, you got to make sure you're keeping active with it. And it's not just a, hey, pop in one day before we do the wipe and do a bunch of stuff to make sure it doesn't go away. Like, it has to be have longevity on it. You know, you have to have done some stuff over X period of time or something like that to show good faith. Because just locking down plots just because, that's kind of trolly, if you ask me. You're preventing us from bringing in more people to the game. Like, we have people who are trying to join our clan still, even though it's in this big lull, and they can't because they can't even come into Tremin. Like, we have to do plot shifts and stuff, and we're all like giving up our plots in order to let them come in and stuff like that, when we just shouldn't have to do that when there's people who have no intention of really playing the game. They're just like, hey, well, I bought it, so I'm going to place it down and take up your space. EOTB says, at Rook, agree, and limited on only within one's placed plots. Agaris says, okay, so one of my concerns is how dungeon rating is structured. I'd really love to see dungeons become more grueling endurance tests where they go down a dozen or more levels and each gets, let me scroll down and read the rest here, harder and harder until into the dark souls from hell. Until it's dark souls from hell. That's a really good idea, Gary's. I am right there with you on that. I think that that would be really, really good for the game, in my opinion. That would allow for the better loot to be harder and harder to reach and have that higher risk reward. Going along with that, I'm not a big fan of full loot PvP or full drop all your stuff. I agree that you need to have consequences for your actions, and if you die, there should be consequences, but losing everything, that only really hurts the small clans or the solo players. It doesn't really hurt me. I can go lose all my gear countless times over and just get it all back again. And not just because I'm the leader of a clan. If someone in our clan was to lose their stuff, we would immediately be able to replace that stuff, and it would be a group effort to get them geared back up and they're back in the fight like nothing really happened. It's happened before. We've had some glitches where people have lost their loot and their gear, and we just replace it. Smaller people, smaller clans, the solo players, they're not going to be able to do that, right? So I think that they need to address that with that as well. You can't just have 13 layers of hell and then all of a sudden you lose your stuff at the bottom and it's completely gone. I mean, you can. I'm not saying that they can't do that. You definitely can do that. I just don't know if that would be the best choice. But that would be a really cool way to do the dungeons, honestly. And they've said that the dungeons are supposed to be like layers of hell. The difficulty of the dungeons are supposed to be and represent different layers of hell. So that would be an interesting take on it. I really like that idea, Garrus. Karen says, communication. Everyone has a Discord server, so people have to join like 50 servers to keep up with who's holding what, etc. We need something in-game to help facilitate these things. I agree, Karen. I will say that I am all for people's private Discords, though. I have no problem if I want to communicate with other people, like take part in their stuff, joining their Discords. I don't like when people try to push you into one big Discord. I would much rather people administrate their own Discords and then have the main Discord from Pax Dei be an open platform. But I am all for having a system in-game to be able to put on events like flyers and a bounty board for quests and things that you want to have. We really need that, not even just for RP, but for standard servers as well. I'm right there with you. That's a really great idea as well. I hope Mainframe implements some form of bounty board. We even had the idea of having some people be like game masters, so to speak, or dungeon masters, where you can go to oh, my game's frozen. There we go. Or you can go to like a large clan or a specific person who's told by the community that, or by the devs, that they're allowed to give out certain types of quests or missions or information or something like that. But then you can information guard who you like and who you don't like, and it can get really messy. So just having an open platform in game where you can go and share your quests and share all of the things that you have to offer and stuff like that, like the marketplaces, bounty boards, I think that would do a lot for the game. Neo says at Voodoo Actual, I agree. Let me scroll down and chat a little bit here. Kev says, honestly, irritated at stacking walls straight up, yet they gradually grow out of bounds. So at top, you can't place anything, whereas our plots taper inwards. Yeah, the building needs a lot of, I think the building needs a lot of tweaking, and it really comes down to the plots, really, because that's a plot issue at its core, would it not be? EOTP says, yeah, round peg in a square world. It's just not the best, to be honest, for plots. Kev agrees. Time to hydrate. All right, let's see. EOTB says screen snipe incoming, chopping gang, flash mob for void, go. Oh my god. The chopping forever. Yeah, the chop is real. I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees. Exactly. I swear he's trying to drop the trees on my head. Thank you to all the new subscribers we just gained from this stream alone. You guys are the best, man. Thank you for supporting the channel and helping us to grow so I can bring the news about PAX Day to the greater audience and share some awesome RP and show you guys just what this game is all about. For those of you who don't know, we have a podcast as well called PAX Cast. As soon as I know something official, or we have a lot of theory craft to talk about, I do an episode of PAX Cast. This was borderline an episode of PAX Cast, but PAX Cast is I have a bunch of talking points of things that we need to go over in order to bring you guys the news that I know of that the devs have officially put out as soon as possible. So this is not quite an episode of PAX Cast, but make sure you guys are subscribed so that way you do not miss the next episode of PAX Cast. Once I have more information, we're going to be talking about it. You bet your bottom dollar, we're going to be talking about it ASAP once we know stuff. Agarris says, something else I'd like to see is a massive expansion on the heraldry system in the game. Some people allow people to make personal heraldry as well as more options for guilds and clans. I agree with you there, and I don't think that would be too hard to implement. That's just variety on certain things. So I think that could be implemented pretty easily. Let's get all these out of our inventory. I don't think that would be that hard to implement, to be honest. I will say, one of the things that we saw on the last, 2 or 3 updates ago, it looks like some people had some interesting ideas. We saw the new ring forts that are out in the wildlands. It looked like there was banners out front of them. I don't know if those are player banners or if those are factions amongst the enemies now or something, but there was banners on the outsides of these new ring forts, the redesigned ring forts. They looked pretty cool. They looked like they had wagons in them and all kinds of stuff too. I don't know what was just props and what was actually functional. Voodoo Actual says, I think you should lose your inventory, but not your gear. Karen says, absolutely yes. I think that'd be fair, honestly. That's how V Rising has the option on the private servers. You can have full loot, or you can have Bloodbound gear. I always opt for Bloodbound gear because you're already taking a heavy durability loss when you die. You have to repair your stuff, and it's going to degrade, and you're going to have to eventually replace it. Or you're going to have to spend, you're not going to have to replace it in V Rising, but you're going to have to, I don't think they have like a full lifetime system on the items, but you're going to have to spend the materials in order to upkeep those items. And I think that that's fair enough as it is. Just have heavy degradation or something like that to where if you die so many times, you can't just keep bashing your head against that wall and going back in, and you lose your inventory maybe. That might be a much better approach to it. But I think that they're going to stick with the full loot, if I'm being honest. It really just seems like they're trying to go outside of the norm and lean into edgelord territory. Neo says, I think the developers should also give a certain definitive path for submitting serious ideas that get acknowledged. I think they have that already. Well, at least with bugs and stuff, you can open tickets with them directly, not the in-game F8 reports, but still, use the F8 reports, guys. Like, if the system's there, use it, right? But if there's something very egregious, you can actually report it. I think it's through their website or something. They have a whole system you can actually go through. Even basic feedback on how or what this request implies. Yeah, I don't know if it's like made for... I don't have to go read what it's explicitly what it's for, but I don't think it's just for your average, everyday, hey, I'd like to see this in the game. I don't think it's for that. The beta guy says, gasp, a guy chopping trees, taking all your wood. Kill him. PvP on. / PvP on. EOTP says, seen there is a flaw in your mindset as I am dumping on his doorstep. Seen there is a flaw in your mindset as I am dumping this on his doorstep. Are you dumping wood on my doorstep? What are you dumping on my doorstep? Let's go see what's getting dumped on my doorstep. You're talking about my doorstep. I've been bamboozled. There's nothing here. Let's go put this wood up, repair our axe, and we'll go get some more. Any other topics, guys? Keep them flowing. We're gonna keep talking about the things that are concerning people, because I want to make sure that we address. If anyone's in chat still, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let your voice be heard. That's what I am here for. That's what this platform is here for. I want to make sure that everybody feels like their opinions are validated, because game development should definitely be a two-way road. When they're you know, getting our money before it's actually done, they're opening us up to hey, there's an invitation for us to come and give our opinion, you know? So let's make sure that we give our opinion. EOTB says, I will be the wood. You're going to become one with the wood. We can also switch it up a gear and switch over to, what are some things that you guys are honestly really enjoying about Pax Day? What do you think is the thing that really sets Pax Day apart the most? And I can start us off on this one. I think the thing that really makes Pax Day the most unique is the really leading into the whole social interaction thing. And I have two thoughts on this. Is it because they didn't want to spend the manpower to develop NPCs and AI and have to go around and make quests and upkeep those and bug fix all of that? Is that why we don't have NPCs? And that's why they were like, hey, I know a way around it. Let's just say the game is, it's a social game. You know, that could be the reason behind it. But it's one of my favorite things about the game, because you can play World of Warcraft and never talk to another person. You can literally, like, unless you want to do dungeons or raid, and even then, you don't even have to really talk to those people. You can go and play World of Warcraft completely solo to a high degree. You can queue up for things and never speak to another person. I like that you have to get engaged with this game, and you know, the community aspect really is there. Kev says NPCs do lag a lot. Yeah, the AI behind them. I mean, look at Star Citizen's NPCs. Those things are stupid as fuck. They just like glitch through everything and get all weird. They really need to fix those. But yeah, one of my favorite things, honestly, is that it is community driven, because we would not be here having these conversations, chatting. We would not have such a big community of hundreds of people. We wouldn't have such a giant clan of so many people coming together if it really wasn't a community driven game. So I'm very thankful that they have gone down that path. I think there's a lot of work to be done there with the social aspect, but I'm happy that that is one of their goals in the game, is to be a socially driven game. I think that's going to do wonders for it, and it's really going to help set it apart from all of the other games that are out there. Think of, like, what is another game that you actually need to work together. Almost every other game you can go and do single player. You do not even really need to interact with anybody. Neo says early access is about pulling data from happy and begruntled players. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's kind of what early access is all about. You have to put stuff out there, find out what people don't like, find out what doesn't work, and then get it fixed. And then find out what is working and really lean into it. So I really want to give Mainframe a lot of praise for taking that leap of faith and jumping into being a more socially driven game. Requiring players to, at least in some degree, if you want to get to a certain level, interacting with other players. And that's not to say you could play this game solo, but it really wants you to play with other people, or at least interact with other people. Kev says capes in our clan colors, emblems, signs. You can edit with descriptions and directions. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to see like clan cloaks and things like that. Oh, my niece just pulled up. She's learning how to drive. And she's driving my sister's new big Escalade thingy. It's funny seeing her in the driver's seat. Still getting used to it, but yeah, she's going to get her driver's license soon. Yeah, but I'm really thankful, Mainframe. Thank you for having such a socially driven game. Honestly, it really is a delight to meet so many cool people. There will always be trolls in games, but I am... Oh, she just picked up my wife. Oh yeah, that's right. She has homecoming. She's picking up my wife, and her, my niece, who's also my goddaughter, and my sister are going shopping for a dress for her and shoes and stuff for homecoming. I think it's her first homecoming, to be honest. Hope she has fun going out and doing that. But I'm really thankful for all the awesome people that I've met playing this game. Honestly, this game could have died a month ago, and I still would have gotten my full money's worth 1,000 times over with the friendships that I have made. I have lifelong friends that I have met just by playing this game. So take my $100, take it now, take it 1,000 times over. I have made, and that's what it's all about. You know, we could die tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised to everyone. Not to be like all doom and gloom, but tomorrow's not promised to anyone. We should enjoy it being surrounded by good people, playing good games, having good times, and enjoying each other's company. That's why I'm so appreciative of you guys being in the chat. That's why I'm so appreciative that you guys turn up to the streams to have fun with me. When you guys are there, even if I'm playing a horror game or something you're not interested in, when you're there to see me get scared or have those interactions with us, it really is a lot of fun. I love hanging out with you guys. And we always, once the stream ends, I hop out of here and I go hop on Discord and we shoot the shit with everyone and we just have a good time. So honestly, thank you, Mainframe, for giving us the opportunity to build such great friendships. The amount of awesome people that we have met playing this game has been awesome. It has been really a pleasure and an honor to have met all of you guys. Let's catch up on some more chat here. But that's my thing that I'm very grateful for from Pax Day. What is a feature in Pax Day that you guys really, really like? What is something that you think is good about the game? That you want to give praise to Mainframe? I don't want them to see this, if they even are going to see it, and think that we're just shitting on them. Let's reward them for the good things that they've done. And the social aspect, in my opinion, needs work. It needs a lot of stuff.
Poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our house.
How dare they? Let's give them praise, guys. What is some good stuff that you guys really enjoy in the game? Voodoo Actual says Vex's charcoal exchange. 1 full decorated chest of wood equals half a decorated chest of charcoal. Yeah, equivalent exchange. I like that. Neo says less risky, but also if you make it painful, people will cry. Kev, NPCs do lag a lot. Oh, I'm behind on chat a little bit. Let me catch up here. Let me see. Neo says, I agree, Void. They want to bring the massive back to MMO. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think, Maven, you were saying, oh, cool to my niece driving. Neo put a cop car. Oh, no. EOTB says, over the years, teams have downsized to smaller groups in a lot of games, where other games like this, one wants the larger groups. Good direction, in my opinion. I agree, EOTB. I have had so much fun meeting everybody and getting to know everybody on a personal level, not even just like, oh, this is my character, even on a personal level. Like we chat and just talk about life stuff. It's good to just have friends, you know, whether we meet each other in real life ever or not, it doesn't matter. I have some friends that I have known for years on here, and it is just a pleasure to be able to spend my time with you guys. Maven says, the crafting system is pretty cool. I love being able to craft my beloved leather apron. Yeah, and some of the items look really nice too, some of the crafted things. But yeah, I like the crafting system. Obviously, like most things in early access, it needs a little bit tweaking, needs some work, but I definitely think the crafting system is much, much better than it was in alpha. In alpha, there was a lot of pitfalls. There's still some pitfalls. And I think that getting up to the higher echelons of the crafting is damn near impossible on purpose. And there's really no need to get there until we get that next content with that tier that is going to be allowing us to make those harder items. So a lot of people are preemptively, and that's why I think a wipe without telling us would be really shitty, because a lot of people are preemptively getting their skills up to max, even though it's not really necessary for a lot of them, like my alchemy. There's no reason I need to get my alchemy to max. The graphics are amazing, Voodoo Actual says. The scenery is so beautiful. Yeah, I really, really love the scenery. I want to do a stream, a chill and chat and in theory crafting where we just go run around as well. And just, I mean, the world's kind of devoid of people right now. So it's kind of disheartening to just see empty cities that are ghost towns, but it's cool to see what people built. And it's really cool to see the awesome world. I'm kind of worried that once we get, how do I put this? Oh yeah, good stretch. Once we get PvP in the Wildlands and people are able to build their outposts out there, their baronies and stuff, I'm kind of worried that it's going to take away some of the beauty of the Wildlands, because right now the Wildlands is so beautiful because it just feels like the actual untamed Wildlands, like you're going out into the wilderness, into the frontier. I'm worried that if we're able to build too much out there, it's going to really take something away from that. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully it just adds to it. And hopefully they get it right. But again, it's that fine line, you know, they're walking a tightrope with every system that they implement in this game. EOTV says connects a larger world. I think that once we have mounts and carriages and buggies and whatever else we're going to get, other forms of transportation and the religion system with the fast travel, I really do honestly think that that is going to kind of catapult the game's social aspect well into the future. We're going to be able to get around much easier. It's going to be visiting people and doing the trading and stuff is going to be a lot easier. I don't want it to become trivial. I don't like games that have fast travel where you can just click here, I want to go there, click here, I want to go there. Like we have to actually set up those networks, and it's going to presumably take some form of resource. Want to buy infested boar mounts, flies and all. That'd be pretty cool, beta. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Let's get that trash out of my inventory so we have more room for wood. Stuff that really matters. But yeah, I think that once we get the fast travel system and mounts and things, it's really going to help connect the world, and I think the world's going to get a lot bigger than it is already. For those of you who don't know who are new to Pax Dei, let me pull up the region map and show you guys a little bit of what we're talking about here. So on this region map, this middle zone is Lioness. The province of Lioness, that's the PvP zone currently. You can see these gates, these red lines that go and connect places. And the blue lines connect places that are not, and they're safe. You don't have to go through PvP. Each one of these is a province, and each one of them has 6 heartlands within them, and they are separated by wildlands in the middle. So there's one, there's Lioness, and there's the other 2. That's all we have currently. I say all, that's a lot. There's a lot there. So for those you don't know, this is the blessed region of Gallia. The blessed region of Gallia is one of what we know of, at least what they talked about before, was 4 regions of Gallia. Or not of Gallia, but 4 other regions that will presumably be different biomes and different zones altogether that we'll be able to travel between and traverse and live in, that will all be connected. So I'm really interested to see what that's going to look like in the future for the game. But I think they need to get their servers sorted out first, to be honest. their server tech needs some serious work, if I'm being honest. What are some other things that you guys want to give praise to? I always like to end things on a high note. I don't want us to just get down in the dumps about shitting on a game or something, you know, or talking crap to the devs. I want to make sure that we are talking about the things that we do like, that positive reinforcement there, and not just criticisms. Voodoo Actual says, I put in an F8 to request cloaks made out of animal hide, like a fox, a wolf, a bear, etc., just for RP and cosmetic. That'd be really cool, actually. And it wouldn't even have to just be for cosmetic. They could have attributes associated with them. Maybe the fox cloak is lighter, offers less protection, but increases your agility or something. Maybe the bear cloak is thicker and heavier, so it slows you down but makes you more resistant to slashing. They could have some stuff that would be, you know, I love variety. I love variety in crafting. I love variety in all aspects of the game. As long as, in my opinion, variety is always better as long as it's balanceable. As long as you balance it, the more variety, the better. If you can't balance it, or it's unbalanceable, or you just don't want to balance it, more variety becomes a detriment. Because you don't want something that's just, well, we have 10,000 options, but these are really the only ones that you can feasibly run. Samomo says, and I want to farm and have cows and chickens. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think they have talked about animal husbandry. I wonder how far off that really is, though. I think that would be really good for the game. The beta guy says, I like the lighting at night with the table lamps and sconces, etc. Even the fireball spell looks nice in the dark. Yeah, they have been working on the lighting a lot. I know that for a fact because I've seen it change like 3 or 4 times now. I do think that the nighttime is a little too bright currently. It was better when it was darker, in my opinion. They made it super bright now to where it's almost blinding. You can tell when it gets nighttime and you're inside, it actually gets brighter, which is a bit odd. So there's still some tweaks to be made, but yeah, the game is definitely beautiful. I mean, it's made an Unreal Engine, let's be honest. They set up for success right from the start in terms of how beautiful the game is. So it's definitely going to be a looker. Maven says, I love the jewelry in the game as well. Looking forward to seeing how they will intertwine enchantments into them. Yeah, the jewelry is kind of cool. I've not messed with it too much myself personally, but I heard that it's kind of useless right now. It will be nice once it actually has a purpose. I cannot wait to see their ideas for the jewelry system. We have seen a little bit of the behind the scenes with the jewelry and some of their screenshots. They showed them with different tiers and different enchantments on them. Oh no, my inventory's full. Let's get rid of that. Let's grab this and run this back over here. We are a tree chopping maniac right now. Symbolic says, I appreciate the realism to gathering and hunting. The combat with the animal needs work, but it's a real good start. Pax Dei hits a lot of checkboxes from what I'm looking for. Yeah, it definitely hits a lot of checkboxes, or it has a lot of checkboxes on its wish list, I should say. But I think that the combat, while it does need a lot of work, I think that the hunting is actually the best part of the combat. Like going out and fighting the animals the way that you do makes the most sense. Hey Storm, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We had several other subscriptions that came through during the stream as well. I don't know why sometimes my subscriptions don't show up on screen. My overlay sometimes just gets throttled, I guess, and it doesn't actually come up on stream. So apologies if you do not get the recognition for your subscription. But thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. We are one step closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We got a bunch of new chat here. Oh, Schnikes. Thank you. Thank you for the wood. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. 774 wood. Wow. And then let's catch up on some chat here. Let's get all this wood stored. All right, let's see. The beta guy says, I agree. When I first joined the game, I made a torch, was worried about the darkness, and then it got dark. Barely used the torch. I still have the original torch I made since July 6th. Yeah, the nighttime, I would like to see the nighttime being a little bit more dark, spooky, scary. But then again, I'm kind of biased to it because I love all things creep factor. That stuff just is really big with me. I love spooky games. I love spooky time of year. I just love it all. So I would like to see more mystery and more spooky stuff in the game. Like, for those of you who haven't seen, I'm going to bring it up on stream just because it's been a while since I've actually showed it. This was probably a player, but the jury's still out on it. We have no confirmation one way or the other. It was probably a player on an alt. But this just shows the level of RP that can go along with this game. It was a ghost that was coming through town really early on in the game. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a player that just got bored or something. But here, check this out, guys. And then we're going to get to some more chat. Let me see. Where is it? Play video. Is this it already? Yeah, Ghost Woman. Okay, here it goes. This was shot by Samomo. The camera work is a little shoddy. But we had a ghost that would come through town and say creepy things like murder and blood and all the blood, and they would drop like bones on the ground behind them. Really quite creepy stuff. I love things like that, though. The level of immersion. I think that nighttime needs to be longer. Maven says, I thought it was great. Yeah, I think nighttime needs to be longer. Make it symmetrical. Hour of day, hour of night. Let us have our immersion on our RP server. As Sa would say, my immersion. We need to get that on a shirt. I'm trying to get some merch made up. I keep saying that like every stream. I don't know when it'll actually happen, but I will definitely let you guys know when it does. The beta guy says, haha, Ghost in Bloodhaven. That's awesome. Yeah, it was really cool to interact with and try to figure it out. It was one of the things that prompted me to make the Hollow Aegis, which is an RP supernatural hunting group within the Order of the Blood Brothers. It's almost exclusively RP, but we've just been building up a lot of lore and stuff behind our characters. But that was a ghost that was coming through Bloodhaven. I'd love to see more things like that. I made a short on it as well. You can find it on my channel. EOTB says hashtag immersion. Yeah, the RP has been top notch here. Absolutely. EOTB up above says they have made tweaks and adjusting things as they learn to. Client needed changes like wear rates, stam loss, character movements and improvements. Many things from alpha to early access. Yeah, they have changed. The combat feels so much better than it did in alpha, if I'm being honest as well. It was super mega jank in alpha, and somehow, without really even fundamentally changing it, they've just made it more fluid and it feels exponentially better. It's crazy how sometimes small tweaks are all you need in order to refine a system to making it from... It can go from night to day, just with some small changes. Jason, great to hear from you again. Jason says, longer nights and perhaps some weather changes and sounds. Seasons would be amazing. I would love to see seasons in-game. Oh my god, would I love to see seasons in-game. Here's the roadmap again. You can see right here that weather is on the roadmap under Adventure, 4th bulletin point down. They do have weather on there. I don't know what that's going to look like when it gets implemented. Hopefully, they implement it in a way that is immersive. I hope they take it all the way. Valheim had some really good weather. It was basically localized weather that would roll in. Valorant has some really good weather that's actually like regional as well. So the storms can actually roll in and roll out. It's not just, oh, it's raining on the map now. Okay, it's raining everywhere. And then, oh, it's sunny again in the whole zone. I like when there's actual clouds and it's physicalized. So hopefully they're able to do that with their weather. That, to me, really is immersive. Beta Guy says, interesting white dress. I wish our crafted Our crafting items had a preview. Do they not have previews? I thought you could see them to some degree. A little icon for them, that they're making those icons more detailed, so I think they may be on their way to that. But yeah, that was before they actually changed that white dress now. And a lot of people like are mad about it because it doesn't look as nice. They kind of ruined it. They should have just added a new dress and gave it a different color as opposed to changing the original one. But yeah, that was back before that dress actually got changed. The beta guy says the cultists have summoned a storm above your city of Bloodhaven. Defeat the boss of the dungeon XX nearby to calm the storm. That would be freaking cool, man. One of the things that I've thought about doing here on the channel again, and I don't know how it would go over, because obviously I want to make content that people want to watch as well as something that I want to do. I don't want to just, well, I'm just going to do what I want to do, and if nobody wants to watch it, then nobody wants to watch it. I want to do stuff that people want to engage with as well. That being said, I had thought about doing my really old school Minecraft mod pack is called Hallowed Ground. It's for version 1.7.10. Really, really old, but really great mod pack. And in there, we primarily use a mod called Witchery. Within that mod, you can do all sorts of cool stuff like that. You can put curses on other players. Like what I loved to do was I would curse people with insanity, and they would start to hear things that weren't there. They would hear creeper hisses, like behind them, like they were about to get blown up. It was really cool, but it wasn't actually there. And they had to go to a white witch to actually cleanse themselves. And a white witch could be any player who was practicing and getting the required items and stuff to make the cleansing rituals. It was really quite a lot of fun. So things like that would be really cool to have in this game, honestly. Jason says, what region has your clan settled in? I'm currently building in Southwest Eris. We are in US East Danu RP server, and we are located in the province of Caries, and we are located in southern Tremen. So you can see right down here, there's Tremen's Petra Day. Right down here, by all these lakes, or not lakes, I always call them lakes, by these rivers is where we are. That's where Bloodhaven is. Everyone is more than welcome to come hang out with us. LIF is a real grind. I loved it. Bean says, hate to say it for me, the 1,000th time, or for the 1,000th time, but life is, oh, that's what LIF is. LIF is Life is Feudal. Sounds like a game for our clan. It has farming, sieges, animal taming, and training. You can even actually joust on a horse, chickens, rabbits, etc. The beta guy says Life is Feudal is a real grind. I love it. Can you host private servers for Life is Feudal? How does that work? Or is it like an MMO style? I never really looked into it too much. That's the nice thing about our community is we can host servers for these things. If a lot of people want to play Minecraft for a little while and they want to play on my Minecraft server, I can put a Minecraft server up and we can all have a blast on there. If people want to play V-Rising, I can make a private server for us. Anything that we want to do, I can host a server for us and facilitate that. And it's all free of charge. I don't, charge the community in order to have these things. I've had these things before I had a YouTube channel, and I still have them now. So it's just a plus of being a part of our community. But yeah, if there's a demand for any game, we can do polls on this stuff. We can see if there's some other stuff. Because I know a lot of people have stopped playing Pax Day because they're waiting for content. And that's why so many people have tuned into this State of the Game stream, because they want to hear the state of the game, which we've gone over pretty extensively now at this point. If anyone has any other topics or points that they want to bring up, these streams are chill. I mean, we just hang out and have a good time. But if there's other concerns, please don't be shy. Please let us know so we can have a conversation about it. Bean says yes, and a great community mods for Trader. Oh, it's got mods and stuff too. It's pretty interesting. I'll have to check that out. I have heard of Life is Feudal. I've never played it though, and I haven't actually even watched anything about it if I'm being honest. I'm normally pretty busy, so it's hard for me. That's why I ask you guys a lot about these different games and stuff that we can do together, different ways to stay engaged and what content you want to see, because it's hard for me to... I don't like even really watch YouTube videos, to be honest, that much. I watch Mad Vlad over at the Outer Middle Show. He's hilarious. If you guys haven't seen him, he's got a really, really great channel. He's super funny to watch. I like watching his horror game playthroughs. I may even go and play some of the games that he's already covered on his channel so you can see my reactions to them and me playing through them. It might be kind of fun. But that's why I ask you guys all the time, because I don't actually know too much about every single game that's out there. I'm not necessarily a variety streamer. I'm a community streamer. And it is time to hydrate. The beta guy says yes for private servers, and they also have an MMO. They have restarted up. The private server games were fun in RP. The MMO was not fun, in my opinion. And that's the problem. When you're in an MMO setting, if there's no moderation like there isn't in Pax Day right now, there's nothing to enforce just about anything. Now, some people have gotten reprimanded for certain things that I know of, for breaking TOS and stuff like that, but when there's no enforcement like GMs to fix problems and you have no support system, it's really hard to have a flourishing MMO. So I think once the game finally comes out, they're actually going to have game masters in order for the game to properly flourish. But yeah, I would like to see private servers for Pax Day. That's probably a controversial thing to say, and I don't think that they will ever do it. But I would love to see private servers for Pax Day. Just imagine, you know, we have hundreds of people all playing on our server. People are getting vetted before they're allowed to join to make sure that they're good faith actors and they're not just trolls wanting to literally ruin other people's gameplay. And you have a set of understandings. Like, you can have good faith bandits. I think good faith banditry is very important in games like this. And I know of several people who want to play as good faith bandits. They want to go around and try to steal stuff from people. And I told them, I will be there to end you, you know, and they're like, I look forward to it. Having that conflict, as long as we're both good faith and we're not exploiting or cheating or having alts camping in the PvP zone and crap like that, then I think that stuff is really, really good for the game. But when you get a lot of trolls, it can ruin the experience, unfortunately. EOTV says, and blink. We are doing the chop chop. We gotta reach out to Louise and see what she's been up to. I know she was really looking forward to the Quidditch champion game for Hogwarts, or for Harry Potter, but I think it turned out to be not so good of a game, which is unfortunate because I was in the closed testing for that game as well. I was under NDA. And I thought it was okay. I gave them some feedback that I thought they could have done a better direction with this, and this. But she was really looking forward to that, and it turned out that it was not as up to snuff. What do you guys think of Hogwarts Legacies? I really like that game. I think a playthrough could be just spooky enough on the channel for this season. Let me know what you guys think. And it's not a terribly, terribly long game. So it could be like a decent amount of content. We could do a playthrough on there. The beta guy says, is Raz's flower shop done yet? I think it is, actually. I think they built the garden up over there. Someone's calling out. Is anyone about? I am here in the woods, yes. Saw says, yeah, our garden is done-ish. Well, that's the thing, right? Nothing's ever truly done in this game. It's always evolving. I mean, my apothecary, I could say, is done. But even then, if we get some new stuff, it will always be... evolving. They say, ah, are you the tavern keep? I am not. Charcoal math. That's accurate, Voodoo. Thanks for that Tangia, Voodoo. I really appreciate it. So I just told them I'm not the innkeep. I'm the leader of the Order of the Blood Brothers. We do have an inn, however. UTB says, LOL, love it. Someone almost says, there's another spot I want to put more flowers, though. Yeah, absolutely. They say, I shall just have a seat, if you do not mind. Not at all. Please, make yourself at home. Oh, is that them right there? No, that's Bedlam. Oh, they're over there. Oh, they're over at the, they're over at the tavern, I think. I'm just telling them, because they said, oh, sorry to interrupt you. And I said, 'tis no interruption at all. It's great to see you in Bloodhaven. Voodoo says, I have Lorax out here telling me to stop chopping trees. Is there a Tangia for the Lorax? That would be freaking hilarious. He just pops out with a... What is it? When the Lorax is armed, the trees can't be harmed, and he's got like an AK or something. Let's check here. We're bound to have... Oh, I think they actually did lower the number of beehives that you get from chopping down trees. Because you used to get like half your inventory filled with beehives. It was ridiculous. Any other concerns, questions, comments, anything that you guys want to talk about at all, please do not be shy. Let it rip. I'm just going to do a little bit more chopping here. I do need to go get some food here in a little bit, IRL. And refill my water, because I have been exceedingly good at hydrating today. Voodoo Actual says he called my charcoal tower the Tower of Death. Oh my god. The Lorax did? I mean, in a way. He's not all that wrong now, is he? Got to bring my overlays back up after we did showed you guys the ghost. The Gwendolyn story, I'm trying to piece together the pieces right now. I have some are recordings on my computer, and I'm going based on timestamps to try and make it all be in the correct order and stuff like that. I have 3 or 4 episodes made already. One of them has aired. Make sure you guys go check it out if you have not seen the Gwendolyn story. It is an absolutely crazy story. They put so much effort into that story. It has been a lot of fun to get it uncovered. I missed a lot of it. Then when she was talking with Maven and some of the other clan members, they were teaching her some magic and some things like that. I wasn't actually able to capture all of that because I wasn't on when some of it was taking place. But maybe we'll do like a recap or something if I get briefed. I got briefed on a lot of the stuff that she was taught and what they talked about. Some other people came to town, but I got really busy there for a little bit, so I missed recording some of it. ESB says it was wonderful content. Voodoo Actual says that was funny. People and their RP are funny. And stay tuned afterward for the Ballad of Gwendolyn song. Oh yeah, so at the end of all of the Gwendolyn videos in her series, at the end of it, there's a song that was made by Vex. Where am I going? This wood needs to go upstairs. I love the new spooky song that I made up. It's really good. I'm going to be doing that for a lot of our spooky game, all of our spooky game intros. Yeah, I think people really liked the Gwendolyn story. It was something truly special. Whoever you are, Gwendolyn, because I actually don't know who they are. Whoever you are, Gwendolyn, if you're watching, thank you so much for putting that together. That was a lot of fun. Sorry at times it seemed like maybe I wasn't able to engage as much as I would have liked, but nevertheless, it was a ton of fun. Still is, too. It's still an ongoing story, guys. UTB says, I also have to say the real talent folks with these songs are totally awesome. Chop Chop, etc. Yeah, there's some really good songs. I mean, those are obviously made by AI. We use Suno AI to make those. But they are a lot of fun to make, and they turn out really good. One thing that I'm pretty bad at is getting the art AI to give me decent images. Even though I give it, like, very detailed prompts and stuff, it seems that it just always wants to... It always wants to be some weird conglomerate mess at the end. So I'm still trying to figure out how to actually get it to give me what I want with the art. But nevertheless, these songs have turned out really, really great. The beta guy says, seeing your chest reminds me, please, when you do an update to storage capacity, please oh yeah. Retroactively increase the storage. So, yeah, because I just haven't bothered to pick them up yet. Like, this whole row at the bottom should be... This whole row at the bottom right here should be open slots. But it's not, because I didn't pick up this chest and put it back down yet. So that's one of the things that they need to do is make these retroactively... I don't know if they need to just change the metadata on all of the chests that are already placed down or something, but yeah, they need to give us those extra slots, because I'm not trying to pick this chest up and take all the items out of it or anything like that. There should be a way to retroactively have it activate. But that's a good thought, beta. I really appreciate that. Let's see what we can start extracting. Let's see here. So these are plants that I'm trying to figure out what they're actually for. I'm not sure if I have anything else left to extract. I got datura leaves. I got a bunch of wolf's bane. I've just been collecting that stuff. It's not actually really dull as deadly nightshade. You can't actually find a lot of this stuff anymore. They removed it from the game. Let's see what we got over here, if anything. Saw says, I often write my own lyrics for the AI songs. Yeah, there's some really, really good AI songs. I recently just gave away most of my flowers and extracts and stuff to people who are picking up alchemy for the first time. I have a bunch of periwinkle here still, however. Let's see what else we have in our chests down here. A bunch of water. Thank you for the water, by the way, and the wood. I really appreciate that. Oh, we have some more mushrooms here. I don't think I have anything else up here besides... There's a bunch of food in here, syrups. Alright, let's go put these mushrooms upstairs. More incoming. Alright, that's pretty good for now. Does anybody have anything else that we want to talk about? Otherwise, I'm going to go cook some food and relax a little bit. Let me know if there's any other topics of concern that you guys want to chat about before we close out this stream. Voodoo Actual says the charcoal tower would love that sapwood. I'll bring you over some Voodoo. We'll get it all cooked up. Salty Veteran says, see y'all at the Blood Brothers event soon. Yes, for those of you who don't know, we have a big event coming up on the 21st. It's going to be a fun little get-together. It's going to be the Festival of Realms. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some different events planned for archery, for a scavenger hunt, a maze, a lot of fun stuff. So make sure you guys mark your calendars. It's going to start, I think I have it set for 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 21st. It's going to be some great fun. We're going to have the Freedom Feast. It's going to take place there, where we are going to reaffirm our stance, standing between the darkness and the free people of Tremin and beyond, making sure that everyone is taken care of and protected. A Salty Veteran says, do you want us to bring anything or come as you are? We don't really need anything for it. If you want to bring something with you to trade, you can. We are having a market. The Moonlit Market is going to debut that day on and off throughout the event. And then in the future, we will have scheduled events for the market itself. So we're going to be debuting it there. So if you'd like to do some trading, bring some stuff to trade. I mean, it's really just for fun. We don't actually really need anything, but it's all just in good fun RP to have fun trading with people and having that back and forth. Voodoo Actual says there's clan chests at the top of the tower. People can drop off wood. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll bring some over there that I can't get cooked up immediately, and I appreciate you cooking that up for us. But make sure you guys come out to that event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Once I know something more about the game, I will make sure to let you guys know about the game. I don't have insider information at all. I'm just winging this with you guys. We're just theory crafting, and I go based on what they tell us through their official channels. But I will be doing an episode of PAX Cast once I know something. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you do not miss an upload. I'm going to be figuring out tonight what games I'm going to be starting up a little mini-series, another little mini-series, probably tomorrow. I'm going to be going out of town on, I think, the 17th, where we're going out of town for a couple days, but I'll be back. I have some queued up content that I can push while I'm out of town, but I'll be back shortly after the 17th. I'm not going to be gone that long. But huge shout out to all of my new subscribers, all of my channel members who are directly supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me to know that you guys like the content enough that you want to directly support it. So thank you guys so much for being there for the channel and supporting us. Everybody who does super chats and does the Tangias, thank you guys so much for that interaction as well. Those Tangias are a lot of fun. I really like those. Those are really good fun. We're going to have some more RP videos coming out, hopefully very soon. If you guys would like to, you're more than welcome to join our community. The Cheeky Buggers United Community Discord server is welcome to, everyone is welcome there. All you got to do is type !Discord in chat. You'll get a link over there where you can join up on our Discord. If you'd like to join us in-game, because you see how much fun we are still having in PAX Day. We got a bunch of people out running dungeons right now. People are out RPing, collecting stuff. We're still doing our thing here in PAX Day. No matter how much it has slowed down a lot, we still have people applying to the clan every day. So if you'd like to join us, even if it's preemptive, if you know that the big content patch is coming and there's going to be a resurgence and you want to get in early, make sure you get your application in to join the Order of the Blood Brothers. Type !a website in chat now. You'll get a link over there where you can go and fill out your application. It's a pretty easy process. Make your account in the top left, click create post or whatever it is, discussion. Fill out the questions that should be pre-populated. If they're not, you can check the template. The template is like 12 or 13 easy questions that you just fill out. It keeps out the trolls and makes sure that everyone is good faith who's joining up. But you don't need to join and submit an application just to join our community. Everyone is welcome to come hang out on our community and chat with all the great people that we have over there. Bunch of very mature and helpful people over there. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next stream. It's been a lot of fun to interact with you guys here today. It's really fun to get back into PAX Day. And I mean, I've been in PAX Day I get on almost just about every single day, realistically, but it's really great to hop back in here and talk about stuff with you guys about PAX Day. We're doing a giveaway this month for the entire month of September. All you have to do to win a copy of PAX Day, whether it's another copy for yourself or you want to give it to a friend or a family member, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. It is yours. If you win it, is be subscribed to the channel. and leave a comment on every upload this month. Every comment that you leave, up to 1 entry per upload on every video this month. So all of the past videos and uploads for this month, all you have to do is go and leave 1 comment on each of them. That gives you an entry. You can only get 1 entry per upload. You can't like leave 50 comments and get 50 entries. It doesn't really work that way. And then I have a bot who will pull a random subscriber's comment at the end of the month, and that will be the winner. So if you guys want a chance to win that, you give it to a friend who's on the edge, on the fence about getting into Pax Day or whatever it may be. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Tell your friends about it. Spread the word. Leave the comments. I love the engagement from you guys. I love to hear what you guys have to say about Pax Day. And that's what we're all about here. And we're also all about community. The Cheeky Buggers United Community Discord server, it's not just about Pax Day over there. Like I was saying, we can host servers for whatever it may be. You know, sometimes there's slowdowns in certain games. People want to play something else for a little bit. At least there, you know, you can find some cool people to play different games with and engage with, and join our private servers if you are so inclined. But it has been great chatting with you guys. I need to go get some food. I actually need to eat something. I need to fill up my water and relax a little bit. But I'm going to be on Discord here shortly, hanging out with all the new subscribers and all the channel members and everybody. Thank you guys so much. We're going to be over there on Discord. If you want to hang out behind the scenes, come and join over there and hang out with us. We have a couple of chats here. Sorry, I heard a little bit about Gwen earlier and was AFK doing laundry. Darn laundry, breaking my immersion. Voodoo says, thank you, Void. Awareness for the fun in Pax Day is helping. I'm really happy about that, honestly. That's my main goal, is just to build an awesome community and have fun. And Pax Day has really been a blessing. It has been so much fun. Like I said, I got my money back 1,000-fold by meeting all of you guys. So I hope that you guys are having a good day, and I hope that you're starting to enjoy some nicer weather. I know some people like summer, but I'm all about fall. Get those sweatshirts on, get that nice, crisp, chilly air. I'm really looking forward to going to haunted houses and things like that. I hope you guys are as well. Let's talk about it over on Discord. But that's going to do it for me for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.
Descends with shadows deep, in blood heaven, no souls asleep. The blood moon rises in crimson light, casting its light upon the night. Winds howl through the hollow trees, a whispering chant carried on the breeze. Under the blood moon in blood haven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song, in blood haven streets the night belongs. Lanterns flicker, casting ghastly forms. In the cemetery something stirs and storms. The graves crack open, their secrets revealed. In blood haven no fate is sealed. A chill creeps in through stone and bone, as spirits of the lost make their presence known. Under the blood moon in blood haven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song, in blood haven streets the night belongs. Through cobble streets, footsteps fade, ghostly hands reach from the grave. No mercy here in the blood moon's glow, blood haven's light is all you'll know. Under the blood moon in blood haven skies, darkness awakens and the dead arise. Wolves in the distance, the witch's song, in blood haven streets the night belongs. From the blood moon's gaze the shadows sway, in blood haven's light the night will stay.